Back in the belly of the beast. Right, are we ready for some D&D? I was reading my notes. I was looking at timelines. We've had some hunters time beforehand. That was fun. And I looked at the times.
We need to find out about these hunters visit.
Yeah, they're in front of you. I worked out. They are about, because I started the way I started your two campaigns off. They start a month in front of you. You are now about 2 weeks behind. So technically, whatever happens, they are just slightly in front. So it is a bit weird, but you're getting closer, which is good. But yeah, that was fun. Going through the timelines, working out where we all were, what was happening, all your little events. You've had a very busy couple of days, we'll say. Death runs, pretending to be elves.
I think we want to take a break for 2 weeks in character now.
And go back to... I haven't told you where they are. Oh, no, I've told you where they are. Yeah, death runs, pretending to be elves, turncoating, killing people, starting riots, murdering, seeing old friends. What else we did? Made up songs.
Eagles and
scorpions. Fought a mound of corpses that was
turned Von Van into a giant lizard.
He ate some corpses that were definitely infected. Got the keys to the silent dagger, and then on the little mission down to the Redvant camp, to the Elven camp in Oldbridge, overheard while stealing some of the druids' maps and books, the elves talking about a final assault, about hunting someone or something down that evening, a surprise attack. So you tried to work out who they might be going to attack, then decided to put all those eggs literally in one basket. And the Red Hood's HQ was beset upon by elves and brutes, giving you, as you knew they were coming, you set up very good defences to take out the first few waves that came in, as Von Van called to his powers to let out a psionic wave, which caused the brutes to go into an intense state of abomination and transformation as tentacles sprouted through their skin, the scabbed bark-like skin cracking open, and then becoming literal husks, able to swallow up anybody that was in front of them. They were grabbing and eating people, digesting them with acid within inside themselves, screaming in pain constantly whilst it happened, which turned the fight on its head. The Shadow Rider appeared after helping clear above ground, bringing some elves with him down underground, and giving you warning there was a final assault coming. As some of these larger brutes cracked and took down Ottar once, I think, Von was captured, and as one of these brutes was turning to leave the Red Hood HQ, as the fight was maybe turning on themselves, even though they'd had the help of an earth elemental released by Zaga and immediately given over to the chaos, just to throw another plate into the mix. Then Arta, seeing the tides turning, decided to call upon the person that gives him his... No, not his god. He turned to the hag, calling out to our Jenny to help in this situation against the Deathbloom, as the bargain was called upon, and Jenny's appeared through Arta's person, took momentarily control, and fired a spell out, decimating the forces, taking down the husk that was holding and running with Ottar and Von Van inside. And with weakened forces, you guys finished the fight. And that is where we finished last time. So, it is the middle of the night. There are Red Hoods that have died around. There are Red Hoods that were half digested by some of these beasts. There are the bodies of elves across the whole area. Stinks. Now you're stopping and taking in what is here. You're in a cave. They're in great ventilation down here. And these things, these abominations, were just rotting husks of human corpses anyway. But you have some of the larger beasts around. You have some of the smaller brutes about. You have the elves themselves all lying dead around you. Guts and blood spill everywhere. You can see Viper and some of the Red Hoods go to the aid of some of the others to check they're okay. You checked on Bo and Len and their force of Red Hoods. They were safe within the kind of dormitory area. as you kind of take a breath. Viper springs into action to get this all moving, leaving you guys to kind of just steady yourself and look around. As from the back of the room, Zaga, as you finish, see around you, you get a whiff under your nose. It doesn't smell good, but something is urging you. There's something inside you, a deep feeling inside your gut, felt that you haven't eaten in days. And whilst this meat of this elf that's been ripped apart in front of you, in certain lights down here, the dark meat looks like duck, maybe. Can you roll a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, God.
I love that
Three.
it's the only role that I can guarantee somehow you're going to roll terribly on. You lose control of yourself. You just literally are almost like down on your knees as you are checking this meat out, and then just start straight in, ripping and shredding this meat apart. As the rest of you kind of stop and kind of take sense, you see Viper starting to move, go to think about help. Von, you come back from the dormitory as you just catch across the room, and you will hear just the guttural noises of Zaga absolutely tearing into this elf. The body had been like torn in two by the Shadow Rider anyway, and he is just ripping in like an arm up, just ripping the meat off the arm, eating and just like absolutely ravenously gobbling down this elf.
How long after he starts do we notice this? Is it relatively instantly?
Relatively instantly. He
Excellent.
Is
Can I have a wisdom
noisy.
saving throw, please?
From me?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
From Zaga.
The DM rolls? I'm dying. What?
7.
That's a fail. You are held.
Oh, nice. Cool. So, yeah.
But obviously,
Zaga, what the fuck?
every 6 seconds he can roll to get out of it.
On the first, what I'd say is, as the first 6 seconds come through, Zaga, you are blacked out. You just felt this hunger. You felt you drop down to your knees. You, as a presence, it's that there's just a gap in your memory. You remember feeling this intense hunger, and then you remember going. For the rest of you, as you see Zaga just held, you hear from Zaga's body a voice just come out saying, "Let me eat!" As the 6 seconds goes, and Zaga, you can roll another wisdom saving throw.
Nat 20.
That's a success.
Nice. So you break out, and again begin to start eating.
Wisdom saving throw.
Fuck's sake.
I'm here all day, mate.
Fucking 4.
You're held again.
So yeah, as he's held again, you just hear this voice that is too deep, too dark, and too guttural. It's almost like Zaga's stomach is talking to you as it roars out to you just to free it from your grasp. Is anybody doing anything else?
I want to walk over to where Zaga's being held at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to find out if the elf has a soul.
It's in his belly.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Too late.
Too late for me.
I'm just like, as I walk up, I'm like, Zaga, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. As you go to look at his eyes, Zaga's pupils are black with just the red irises. His eyes are normally I think your eyes are normally like a gold, aren't they?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's like a yellow or gold.
Oh,
These
a
are
kobold who loves gold has got gold eyes.
Of course he has. These are more like black with just like deep red in them. There is something there. As he kind of blink, you see, you kind of grab him to move, there's a blinking there, like there's a fighting inside. But yeah, the voice and the eyes, nothing. As you get there and see that, Zaga, you can roll again to try and break out the thing.
4.
4.
That's a fail.
Held.
This dice is not doing very well here.
Just wisdom saving throws. My greatest joy.
I want to sort of pick Zaga up by the scruff of his collar, his armor.
I don't have armor on. I don't wear
No, he
armor
doesn't wear
anymore.
armor, he's on
Just
armor.
wear clothes.
Yeah.
By his horns, then.
By his horns.
Like,
I'm held. I can't do much.
Yeah.
I just kind of lift him off the floor, like in sort of at arm's length, and then we'll say 6 seconds is gone.
Yeah. Yeah, if that's what you're doing, then yeah, Zaga, you can roll again. How long? It's a minute, right?
It is a minute, and I do have. He's got good charisma. I was going to say I do have banishment that I can still use
Could try that.
because we leveled up.
My
but
charisma saving throws are +10.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
my
I'm not.
wisdom.
It's fine. I'm not going to banish you. I know you're charismatic. Charismatic?
Charismatic.
It was a 7.
7.
That's still a fail.
Still hold. As you can see, he's held, but you can just see. Yeah, you can see there's a demeanor. There is with the way that this Kobold is presenting himself is not the way that Zaga's handling. He's almost, as he's crouched down, he can't move, right? But he's in the position of bent over, feeding ferociously into himself. As you lift him up from his mouth, it's still like bits of the elf within his teeth, and he's just dripping blood from his claws. His claws are exaggerated out into the extended form, dripping with blood as he's just been almost like shredding this meat, pulling it into his mouth as quick as he could.
I kind of lift him up higher so I could sort of look into his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I can notice his eyes. I was like, Zaga. We didn't actually see his mouth covered in blood last time, did we?
You didn't see
Nope.
anything
When at the Druid's Grove.
No,
We didn't
when he
see
came back.
anything.
No.
No, the only
But
people
we,
that have
we
seen.
do recall the story of the people that got eaten.
Von was questioned though.
Von was.
so-
I was gonna say
questioning about
Von was
people that were eaten.
questioned.
The only people that had seen something a bit odd were his brothers. The rest of you,
Did we know about the story other than Von?
you
Can't
would,
remember if I said about the dead body or not.
No.
To be honest.
not that would have been. Yeah, you just saw that you were just there helping those guys, and you told them that you were Von Van from the Druid's Grove. So, I think we.
Yeah,
got
so
that
for me,
really
I
good for that.
wouldn't know.
You wouldn't have anything to. I don't think you'd have anything to connect. The only people that knew anything weird that was going on. But this is very obviously strange behaviour, and there is something quite clearly within this kobold that is not.
With this
Zaga right
different voice coming out of him,
Mhm.
can I cast Detect Thoughts on
now.
Zaga?
Yes, you can.
Is that a wisdom saving throw as well?
This
No,
well, if I
it's-
try and dig deeper, is a wisdom.
If you
So
try
I'm
and
gonna
dig
try and-
deeper.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I guess I get the surface level and then I'll dig deeper afterwards.
Yes. Cool. So surface level, that'll be 6 seconds as well. So you can tee up a wisdom saving throw. Surface level, you would just hear hunger. I need to eat. I need to be strong.
Okay, I'll dig deeper then.
Ooh, okay. So there'll be 2 wisdom saving throws. One for the hold and one for the thoughts.
11 and 9.
11. Both going to fail, right?
Fail, yeah.
Let me roll something I'm good at.
Cool. As is held further, deeper thoughts are. Give me a second, because where are we? Yeah. Let me just double check something.
Fabian just watching while all this happened.
Everyone's been sick in a corner.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Vibe at this point, Vibe would be kind of watching with you guys as to what you're doing with him, because with as you're delving in, I think Faywin, you kind of hanging back where the rest of you are kind of concentrating on the cobra. You see that Viper is kind of giving orders, and there's a few Red Hoods starting to like draw bows or ready swords behind where you lot are, but are seeing this, have seen the eating, and have seen you trying to control the situation, and just readying himself somewhat. Deeper thoughts, you would hear. How much more? You would hear. You would get feelings of like pride. That Zaga is like proud that he's finally eating the food that will help him grow, that will give him the power they need. That the more he eats, the closer he gets to his goal, the stronger he needs this vessel to be. And it's just kind
And
of on
do
a
I
long term.
do I hear it as that? Like
You hear it
as
as a
a
deep
vessel?
voice. Yeah, you hear it just like, keep eating. Yes, stronger. We need more. Every step closer to our goal.
With hold person, would his limbs be movable? Like, or are they rigid?
No, I think I was just going to quickly read it, but for flavour, I don't really mind so much unless there's something ridiculous you want to do. But
Well, essentially, I just want to change how I'm holding rather than its horns, which isn't a very nice for
dignified
one.
version.
Essentially, I want to. If it takes more than 6 seconds, fair enough. Kind of turn him around and sort of wrap my arms around his arms and his torso, and face him away from me to kind of restrain him that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could move. Yeah. If you're going to put him down and move around. I mean, we've rolled a 6-second check as well, and we know that Zygo's really good at these.
Could I signal to Viper, like just kind of the palm of my hand out to kind of be like, just hold? Because I can see that everyone's drawing their bows, just like,
Yeah.
hold.
Yeah,
Don't
just as you're
do anything
incapacitated.
yet.
So you essentially can't move, but I don't think you fall to the floor. So yeah, I think that he is like, his body is a bit like a fucking stick.
Yeah, I
man.
just want to show up like rigor mortis kind of situation.
It's kind of, but I
if
don't think
if I
it's
force
so
his arms, whether it actually damage him or not.
No. I think you'd be fine with that. If you were just to try and get him in a grapple position.
Essentially, yeah, just wrap my arms around.
Yeah,
his
that's
body.
fine. Nice. So you hear that as Viper has got her. She kind of looks to you, Fabian, for the order, and she almost like has her hand up, and you can see these guys. They're not fully drawn on bows. It's not like they're, but these guys will be quick enough to draw and fire if they need to. As she kind of is looking, Viper's looking to you, Fabian, for any move. As Von, you've heard this, and you've gone round. You're incapacitated, so you fail auto checks anyway. So you would be grappled by Otter. Give me another wisdom saving throw.
And that is an 11.
Still a fail.
That's got powerful. So you have about 20, 30 seconds of before
Yeah, something like that.
he's gone. So you guys need to think quickly about what you do.
Does Van relay anything to us at this point?
As I say, we can't tell that you're reading thoughts, right?
I will telepathically
Probably do something really wacky.
relay to the rest of them.
Hearing this, I say, well, I can do this one more time. Maybe two at a push.
At this point, I'm going to instruct the Earth Elemental to
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
grab hold of Zaga
Okay.
if Otto wants to release his hold on him. Whether we feel that's better or not.
I see, like the earth element kind of opens his arms out, and I kind of just push Zaga into his chest, and the earth element's arms just wrap around Zaga.
Like a cuddle.
Yeah.
A nice big rocky cuddle.
Yeah.
Telepathically to Von, I ask him, do you want me to get Viper to have everybody else leave this area?
Yes.
Okay, then so without making any sudden movements, I turn to Viper and say, clear the area. We want to make sure everyone else is safe. We can handle it.
Oof, roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Because we're best friends?
Oh, it's actually disadvantage now.
Yeah. Change my mind.
Viper drops dead.
It's 15.
15, nice. Well, this is just their headquarters, so it's like this is their home that you're trying to get them away from. But she kind of looks.
We'll
you
just
for a
go into
second,
another room,
thinks,
sort of
yeah,
thing.
she kind of nods, sends the guys back, and you see that as they move around, the Red Hoods go to the entrances of the holes. So you have this whole central chamber to yourselves, and they are backed up to the area. Viper herself backs up into the kind of bar area behind. Zaga,
I'll give them a signal if we need them.
give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom again.
Yep. Unfortunately, it doesn't change.
14. We're getting better.
What's the DC on the whole person?
16.
16, I thought, yeah. Getting there. Held him. You've got about 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Anything else you want to do? As you have Zago just held by this earth elemental, not able to move because it's held, so you can't see any intentions from him as you have him held by the earth elemental.
I'm gonna telepathically say to Zaga in hope that it will somehow communicate with what's inside him. Who are you? Why have you got control of our friend?
They can reply, right? Or you just rely on detect thoughts?
I mean, no, they can't reply to their telepathic, no. So unless they want to speak out through Zaga again, or they have something they can do back the same way.
Well, you can tell me to do it because I've got a message.
No, the only problem is, I think they. I think the whole person is going to be a problem now because I think they can't move or
They
speak.
not speak. Oh, okay.
So yeah, you
I can message.
just let them go. It'll be
Tell
fine.
me to do it.
I'm grappled by a monster.
I'm not a monster.
No, not you. The Earth Elemental.
Oh, I know. I was being facetious.
Give me another wisdom saving throw.
That is an 18.
18.
Success.
The hold person goes as you are released of the body of Zaga. As this thing is holding, it just looks up at you. Can you all give me dex saving throws, please? Zaga, can you roll your dragon fire breath, please?
It's
20,
regular.
27.
15.
That's an 8.
That would make sense.
It's a good thing we leveled up, because otherwise I think I might be dead here.
I have exhaustion. Is that to -2 off the roll?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I actually have -1 off tonight, so that's 7.
I think. Oh, yours is definitely a fail.
The DC for this
quite
ability is only a 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got an 18.
Nice. So the rest of you dodge out of the way. Von, you are a little bit too close. You are the one that has been communicating with this thing. As you see the eyes come up, you see the fire burn, and out comes the fire breath. Can you roll a damage for it?
I rolled really badly. It was only 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. As the fire breath comes out from Zaga towards you, you can see now the eyes. You can see the face. You know how it's portrayed when people take people's bodies, I suppose, where like the smile that Zaga will have, the cheekiness that would be presented in his muscles around his face. The muscles are lower set, are deeper, and you can see there's almost a growl to it, as deep within you just hear, "Let me go, let me eat."
As I say this come out and head towards the Von, I will use my psionic shield on Von. So that's I roll a d8, and it's basically 10 hit points towards that.
Okay.
So has it?
It's still being held.
Has the fire happened yet?
The fire's happened, yeah. The fire's come
How
out.
much damage did we take?
4. No. If you is it half if they succeed?
Oh, yeah, if they succeed,
Yeah,
it's
so
half
2.
damage, so 2 points.
All of you take 2.
What was the DC?
13.
13.
Oh, I succeeded, but I only take 1 because I'm resistant
Yeah.
to fire.
Yeah. That doesn't make sense. But yeah,
So
you
my
see this
kind of
thing.
The
shield,
damage, I rolled a 1, 2, and 1 on 3d6s. So.
my psionic shield gives Von like 4, like
Okay.
4 hit points.
So you can
They
see.
gave me 4, so they just went.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically you don't take damage.
Okay.
Nice. So you see Zaga. Fire breath. It's something you've seen before. It's something that Faywin did to him whilst he was sleeping. One of those good times. As is struggling against this earth elemental. Does anyone have a stat block on the earth elemental still up or close? I can get it up if I need to.
I
can get
probably
that
get it.
Yeah, get it up just to see.
Isn't it in Discord?
Maybe.
Oh, but you guys chat so much crap in Discord.
It goes
I'll
away.
put it in Discord now.
I just want to know what the save is for you to try and get out. On a contested.
My God, it's so far.
It's there now.
No.
So it would have been 8 points, but it doesn't matter because it's only 4 anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, for
I think
every
it's
plus 5.
strength plus 5. Yeah.
+5. Yeah. Nice. So yeah, as he's with the fire goes out, you just hear again, "Release me." Zaga, can you roll a dex? Because you're going to try and squeeze out. And I'll roll the earth elemental.
Just the dex roll, not
Dex, I can't remember what they say. It's contested. So yeah, it's just a straight. It'll be a strength +5 from this versus your dex, your D20 plus dex roll to wiggle out.
Yeah, I've done it on D&D Beyond. I was at 12.
I rolled a nat 20. So this thing tries to wriggle out, the earth elemental just squeezes in, and it's just holding as has been, as was his order. As you guys again can see, you've got a round of options, of actions if you want.
I don't know what your plans are, but Zaga does have a 4th level spell slot left after the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And access to Dimension Door.
Badoof!
I don't know if the thing controlling him would know that.
He knows a lot about you. No one? Sweet. Go again. Roll your dex. Oh, I rolled an 18.
We're going to be doing this the entire session.
2 on the dice plus 3. 5.
Jesus, you need to roll. I've rolled 20 and an 18. You want to fucking pick up your rolls here, boy?
I'm rolling really badly right now.
You really are. As again, you just hear, "Release me. I need to eat."
Do we hear that? Sorry, or Zaga
Yeah,
hears that?
he's talking.
We hear that.
You'll hear
okay.
that. This is the voice
Okay.
you are
Faven
hearing.
shouts, "Who
from
are you?"
Zaga. It's me, your friend. Let me go. I just need to eat.
You are not our friend. I know that little voice anywhere, and that is not it. Who are you?
I am your friend. I'm part of your friend. We look after each other. Now we need to eat. If you don't let us eat, your friend will suffer. You don't want us to suffer now, Faywin, do you?
How do you know my name?
Because I'm your friend. Now let me go.
What happens if we don't?
Like I said, your friend, me, I'll be in danger. I need to eat. Bad things will happen if I don't eat. You know me. Wiggle again, Saga.
That is a 16 plus 3, 19.
I roll a 5 plus 5 is a 10. As he says that and looks towards you again, the eyes kind of black with just the red round of the iris, slips out the bottom, dances back between the earth elemental's legs, and starts to run.
Wisdom saving throw.
For God's sake. Fucking 3.
You.
And let's do this all over again. If the Earth Elemental wants to grab him, that'd be fun.
Faywin was rummaging around in her bag, and she still has the handcuffs from the tabaxi.
Mm-hmm.
So she will put those on Zaga as well before the Earth Elemental gives him a cuddle.
Okay.
Just to advise, I can do this up to 3 more times.
Cool.
I will instruct the Earth Elemental to grab him again.
I will tell Faywin to handcuff Zaga's arms over the Earth Elemental's arms, so it can't slip free.
Earth Elemental's got chunky arms, haven't they?
Yeah.
This is
Maybe
just
would Zaga's arms fit round in.
Hold on,
This
but
is
the Earth
very
Elemental
good.
as well. The Earth Elemental you've got for like, what, another 45, 50 minutes?
Yeah.
And they're only handcuffs that we used on a tabaxi, so they're just normal sized handcuffs. So I don't know that they'd fit across.
No, I don't mean handcuff the Elemental. I mean,
Yeah.
Zaga's arms around the Elemental.
Oh, okay.
Use him like a pole.
Yeah,
Such-
is he not too fat to do that?
Zaga.
Probably. No, the Elemental's going to be way
Element.
too big to do that.
that's
Yeah.
a big boy. Go around his waist.
okay.
it's
He's
really
only
big.
got little arms.
Yeah.
I'll just cuff him.
Cool. You cuff him.
Smirking, because they finally come in handy.
Let's not even get into whether they actually work on a kobold, because they're a standard pair of handcuffs for a normal humanoid. But let's not get into that.
No. Let me have it.
I don't know.
We need to do something.
Mm-hmm. You need to do something. Oh, you're going to be doing this, yeah.
And what if we do feed you? What then?
He's paralyzed. So use your whole person. No movement, no speech.
Oh,
hang on.
Wisdom saving throw. Whenever there's a pause, Zaga,
Great.
yeah, roll to break. And if you break, you run.
I'm gonna head to the bar area and see if I can find any normal food that is not an elf on the floor. Bring back through.
Give me an investigation check, because you'll be doing it quickly. This is like 6-second moves.
That is 18.
18, nice. Down the back of the bar, you can see that there was not a lot there, but there was some like super like dried bready biscuits. You know, those horrible like Rivita Brita ones, whatever they're called.
Is there a dead elf limb on the floor?
Yeah. He's been. You're not too far from where the Shadow Rider was just absolutely killing. So where Zaga and the Shadow Rider are at the back end of that, or the top end of that area, you can see there are guts of elves that are just split everywhere. So there are bits of elf all over the place. And then there's the one that he had ripped an arm straight off, was ripping into like the guts and the insides of.
I have an idea.
I'll pick up an arm.
I have an idea, and I pull the teddy bear that's in my bag and a bit of rope out, and I throw it to someone and say, "Put this round his mouth."
The teddy bear.
You're gonna gag me with a teddy bear?
Yeah, it's the only thing I've got that can gag you.
I'm not sure how a teddy bear going. How's a teddy bear going to go in his mouth?
You like put it in his mouth and then tie it up, tie it around his head.
I mean, he's old person. I don't think I'll be able to.
Or put his head in the bag of holding until he's knocked out, until he's unconscious. We'll have to guess it, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
I do not want to risk that.
Give him the leg.
Fair.
I'll have to wait till he's.
Yeah, I'll have to release it all.
Pause, roll.
Yeah, keep. Whenever there's a bit of a pause, just keep rolling. I would have done like 4 rolls in this time.
Oh, 17.
Which breaks the thing. So again, as he breaks, you are handcuffed and held by the thing. So you're back free, but you can see the cuffs on it. It's like, come now, you wouldn't treat a friend like this. And what do you think these can hold me?
I hold up the arm in front of him and I say, "So what if we do feed you? What then?"
I told you, feed me, and we, myself and your friend, are okay. We're strong. We can be useful. We just need to eat.
And what is it you want in the long term, though?
Give me the food.
I'll give you the food if you tell me what you want in the long term.
Can you roll a dex? Ooh. Yeah, give me the dex check.
Me.
Yeah.
That is a 15 plus 3, 18.
18. I rolled a 17. As you're like Zaga still handcuffed, wiggles out and
Am I holding person again? Do I need another wisdom check?
He's moved already, but he gets to move first because you weren't holding it. You guys have just been dick fighting around. This is the fight between Zaga and a thing. Zaga, I need to message you quickly.
Oh, God.
King's ominous.
Because there's the difference between... Because you would have... So this creature's hold, he's dropped out, still handcuffed. And then, and Otto, you're there holding this thing in front of him. So you are toe-to-toe with this thing. But I just need to just get...
Can I hold it up in the air, make him jump like a dog for a stick?
While handcuffed as well.
hang on. Stop saying stupid things that make me write meaner things. Challenge yourself. Come up with better ideas.
These Red Hoods are never going to trust me again.
Yeah, I know.
Nope.
I'm more concerned about us never trusting you again, if I'm truly honest.
Okay, I've said my question. We'll just slow it down because it's important. You know, if Ben's going to die right now, we just need to make sure it's just not me that's on the card for it.
Do it.
Yeah, he's got 7 characters on the back burner, so.
And the rest.
And they're all down here.
And the rest.
Cool.
Are you planning to run your own campaign? What's going on here?
So, yeah, just on his own, just like little Barbie dolls.
Maybe.
Cool. Okay.
While this is happening,
do-
I say to everyone, maybe if we sing a song from his people, that'll bring him back.
So as this thing,
And then I start. I'm a Barbie girl.
Good.
In
This is what I needed. More taunting. So as you hold the thing out, you ask him the question, and then go to taunt it, holding up above him. You just see the eyes, almost the fire in the irises, as the kobold drops down and just disappears. Would you, Zaga, like to cast your new spell? The attack one, not the feet one.
So Zaga's going to use Steel Wind Strike against them, is it?
Yeah, against.
How many of them are within 30 feet?
I'd say all of them.
So that's an attack roll against all of them.
Mm-hmm. As you can see, just literally as he fights out the thing, he's looking to charm, looking to play the game. The taunt goes, the eyes fly red, and then. So I imagine it's Otter, Von, Arta, and then Faywin.
Okay, and it's plus 10, so let's roll 4 of these.
Mm-hmm.
Exhaustion doesn't do anything to my AC, does it?
No.
No.
The first one is a 19 plus 10.
Who's that at? I was going to hit anyone, but who's that?
You're taunting him with the arm. So the attack's going to be
Yeah, stop
Otter, Von, Arta, and then Faywin in order of sounds like where you are.
The second one is an 8 plus 10, so 18 for Von.
Misses.
It hits me.
Yep.
The next one is a 10 plus 10, so a dirty 20.
Hits.
And the last one is an 11 plus 10.
Yeah, it hits.
This does 6d10 force damage. I'm just going to roll it once for everybody, I guess, because it's easier.
It's good. We just do one roll, kill everyone.
And on D&D Beyond.
Kill everyone.
Does it do half damage on me then? Or is it?
Oh.
Or does it just miss?
No, it just misses.
Just
'cause
misses.
it
I
was
think
the
it's an attack roll, yeah.
So for the ones it hit, that is 37 points of force damage.
I'm down.
I'm down.
I'm on 5 HP.
As the kobold essentially
He can teleport
disappears.
within 5 foot of any of the downed ones if you want to. As part of the attack.
Yeah, I think he would teleport in front of Otter as he hits the deck, pick up the arm in the handcuff still, and just start eating into it. Just starts chewing around and then go back to eating the body that's there. Faywin and Von, you see Arta and Otter just drop in and this is anime style strike. He drops down. You see Otter almost as Otter goes and just lifts it just with a slight taunt, like a flash. You all just hit. You just see Otter drop. Von's like, oh, and Faywin, as you turn around, Faywin's like, I'm at 5 HP. Viper then, she actually looks, you can see that Viper is honestly confused about what's happened there and is again looking to you guys to what to do in this situation.
Faywin runs to Arta and helps him up.
With a spell, or you
Same.
just stabilize him?
I'll use Healing Word on Otter.
Yeah, so you have to do medicine checks if you're not.
Yeah, I was going to do a cure wounds.
By the way, I apologise. I did not know that this was going to be used against the whole party when I took it on the level up.
7 HP.
I was stabilized already.
Okay.
Necklace.
Oh yeah, you were stabilized again, weren't you? Yeah. So can you minus 1
No.
HP off your max HP?
You get 5 HP.
And another exhaustion as well, right?
Otter.
And another exhaustion.
And 7 for you, Arta.
Yeah.
As you guys come to, you guys have gone off down the hills. As you come to, you can see not even, and actually, I would say with Zaga's dexterity and proficiency with thieves' tools, you don't even see him take the cuffs off as the hands are released, and he just goes back into eating the elf that's there, back facing you. Doesn't care about you being there. It just goes back to eating the body there, trying to get as much of this flesh into his body as possible.
I'm gonna get up, groaning in pain. I'm gonna look at what's happening. I'm gonna shrug, and then I'm gonna start heading towards one of the exits. And I'm going to say thank you, Faywin, as I leave.
Quick question, Herb.
Mm-hmm.
These new psionic things I've got with the fighter.
Yep.
I don't think they're actually technically spells. I was just in terms of the whole souls thing. Because they use dice. So
Oh no! Just use spell slots.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a choice but to let him eat. Because I'm real hurt. And I slowly start to back away towards where Viper is.
Nice.
I will go to make an attack against Zaga.
Okay.
To knock him out, not to kill him.
Oh, as we're leaving, as I'm leaving, I should probably cast Mass Healing Words on everyone. Because does a level up come through when we now immediately?
Yeah.
I've just used the spell from a
Just
level
use
up.
the spell
So.
slot, so I can't really say you can't.
Okay, perfect. So everyone apart from Zaga,
What?
heal.
Why? What's happened?
14.
I will say, before you attack Zaga, you can tell from looking at him and from the fact he was hiding at the back the entire fight, he's not that hurt.
I saw that as well.
Otter doesn't care.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. So yeah, Arta, you go down, get up, cast the spell, walk past Viper as you go towards the exit up to the mainland. She kind of sees you walk past. Viper looks back towards you, Fabian, like, what the fuck? Zaga is just there, just eating away. You can see the flesh. You hear like the sound of bone hitting the ground as he tosses aside one of the arms, which has been like the hand is still covered in flesh, but from like the wrist up, it's just pretty much bone. All the muscle, all the flesh is gone as he goes back into another piece. Just echoing
as I
in
get
this dark.
to where Viper is, I just say, we just gotta let him eat that for a moment and see what happens.
You're not you when you're
just-
hungry. Eat a Snickers.
Just hold. And then I'm gonna say, like, don't attack unless we say otherwise, but then I'm gonna draw my bow and hold on Zaga just in case.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna hold it for if he tries to attack me or Viper. The others, good luck.
Okay.
Protect your BFF.
Mhm.
Of course. I don't have very good previous, so.
D&D, but don't, look, 2 levels exhaustion. D&D Beyond doesn't seem to take it off automatically.
No,
No, it doesn't.
it doesn't seem to do it. So you're minusing 2 levels of exhaustion. You're minus 4 off your D20 rolls.
Yeah, so that'll be a -1 to the roll, plus 10, so 9 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't hit.
We said 10.
I got a plus 10
Yeah.
to my hit, but I rolled a 3.
And 13 minus 4 is
13
9.
minus
Yeah.
4 is not going to hit, no.
I'm not
Almost,
even
I would almost say
trying
with
to
that as well, what you get as you, the body of Zaga is covered in blood, eating away. As you go up to swing, you're like, can't see me coming. And as you go to like swing down to attack, Zaga, he just moves out of the way, almost sensing your presence.
I will hold Otar back
Mhm.
from going again. Say,
Just,
let him
no, I'm not trying to
bleed.
hit him, I'm just trying to knock him out.
Nice. As he's just eating away, eating away. As you guys hold on, you just see like body after body just get eaten here. Dagger is, for the size of this kobold, to be
Going
eaten
from one
this
to the
much meat,
next, is
like
it?
he just
Just
pile, like goes through one, and then when he gets started on the next one, you're like, you can see he stops for a second. he goes
Tasmanian
in.
devil.
Yeah, just going, but you can see like they are being like meticulously cleaned. Like the bones almost coming out clean from the muscle being stripped off, the thing being stripped off. I would say if you guys are just holding and waiting, you just watch and you just hear this horrible silence for the rest of you, as you were just hearing the echo of crunching and slobbering and blood hitting as Zago is just chomping and eating. About 15 minutes of this goes by before he stops for a second, stands up, does the biggest burp that you've ever heard, and then just like wanders a few feet forward, settles down, turns his shield upside down, pours his gold into the shield, and curls up almost like a cat and starts sleeping. Viper looks back to you, Faerwin, as you now are just starting to hear the snore of Zag. And as you look, his blood is still dripping from the mouth, looks to be out cold, dripping onto the gold pieces, but curled up inside like the Wargong shield, on top of as many coins as he could fit in there, like a little dragon sat on a little hoard. And then it's just, as you guys would have stepped back just to give him some space, it is literally pile of dead bodies and brutes. The 2 or 3 bodies that you managed to get through with the bones clicked clean, and then just sat at the far side about 30 foot from you all, on top of the shield. Little Zagazoon having a little sleep. Looks very peaceful, Faerwin.
Aww. Has he got like a little pot belly because he's so full up?
Yeah.
Like, oh.
You're going to do some real stinky poops.
Aww.
Are these elves infected, by the way?
Yep. As you are sleeping, your dreams, Zaga, you obviously when you're in your dream, you don't know you're in a dream. So, but when you would be to wake, your dreams as you are now, you are having like Scrooge McDuck style dreams. You are dancing through gold. There was gold everywhere. You've got ducks galore. You were like grabbing them out of the air and eating them. You're almost in like fucking hell, what's that?
It is Homer in Candyland kind of.
It's a bit, yeah. It's a bit like you're just having the greatest times. You're having the best dream ever. Free duck, so much gold, anything you want as you jump, as you have the greatest time. And you can hear almost like narrating over this voice saying, "Enjoy, it's all for us, Sega. Yes. Enjoy, eat it all, take whatever you want. You're doing such a good job hoarding all of that gold."
Am I taking a long rest in the middle of a pile of bodies?
It depends if you get woken up. You're technically asleep at the moment. Everyone else, you are now holding actions. Zaga is asleep.
I'm not holding actions. I've left.
Yeah, you've gone up top. You can see actually.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Up top, well, you come back down from bed. Up top, as you get up, you can see that the pub upstairs has all the windows are smashed, the door is off its hinges. The inside has been absolutely trashed. And as you kind of peek out to what has happened in front, you can see there are bodies, elven bodies. There is a dead griffin laying out here as hippogriff out here as well. As you can see that there was clearly a large fight going on here. When you kind of see some of the damage, you're like, bloody hell, what happened here? You remembered that the traps that would have gone off were explosive traps, so they kind of sabotaged and blew up the pub themselves, the Red Hoods, and it killed a huge amount of elves that were pushing in here. As you fought a decent number of force that got down and into the tunnels. Up here is probably equal amount in terms of elven guard, at least, with some of the hippogriffs down, with a few of the brutes down, where the Red Hoods are going through and just like double checking the bodies, like 2-tap, make sure that they're stabbed and they're dead. Some of them are being pulled to the side, and you can see that there are a few people starting to come out. And like obviously it's a nighttime raid, so it's the few lights out are torch lights as people are carrying, and you can see some of the civilians are kind of peeking, but the Red Hoods are up here full cloaks up with torches, making sure the bodies are dead, and starting to drag them off and away from this area. But back underground, just a nice, peaceful, sleeping little dragon. What are you doing?
So what do we do now?
I don't know.
Well, it doesn't look like he's going to hurt us now that he's snoring quite so loudly. Viper, I think your people can stand down.
She's like, I mean, whilst I'd like to take your word for it, do you think you should be maybe moving him away or securing him somewhere? But if he wakes up and attacks, we can leave him all the bodies he wants.
I will go and shake Zaga.
No, don't wake him up. Not in here.
Fireball!
We can move him upstairs. We can carry him upstairs into a room.
Zaga knows how much gold he has.
Preferably with a lot. We don't know what he'll be like when he wakes up. Whether that would have been enough to satisfy that awful, awful voice that was coming out of him. Are there any rooms that have locks on, Viper, that we can take him into? Any of the bedrooms or anything?
Most of the rooms are dorm. So your best bet would be the meeting room. The small round table. We can lock the door. We can bolt it from the outside if we need to. We have prison cells, but whether you want them in a cell.
Or we might get
stick him in there.
Walworth.
Sweet. Who's going to carry? Two of you will need to carry the shield with the kobold on if you are to get him into the thing whilst he's sleeping.
Who's the strongest?
Seems out two.
Me.
Elemental to carry him.
I'm the strongest and I've left.
I'll get the Earth Elemental to carry him.
Oh, nice. I keep forgetting you have a fucking Earth Elemental. Yeah, he'll be able to
Making the most of him still being here.
He'll get stuck in one of the tunnels. They might not get away. Yeah, that'd be easy enough. He's more than strong enough to pick up. As he picks up and slowly walks through, and will be strong enough not to drop the kobold, which is unfortunate because that could have woke him up. You usher him through, go through to where I think Bo was held potentially the first time he was here. In the cells, and they have a very simple set of cells. They don't really hold prisoners here. They don't have much use for prisoners, but they do have some cells to hold very simple single lock, what they're called, metal framed cages. Something that you know that Zaga would easily get himself out of as well.
I was going to say,
whilst
can I
he's
take
asleep.
his thieves' tools off him, or will that wake him up?
You'd have to sleight of hand not to wake him up.
Oh no.
You don't know how deep his sleep is, or whether it is indeed him sleeping.
Yeah. I think I will just sit outside of the cell
Mm-hmm.
and just wait for him to wake up.
Okay.
You can probably get your meditation in while you're doing it.
We can take it in turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. Because it is
Well, we
it
still
is
got the elemental.
the middle of the night. Yeah.
Have these cells got bedding?
They'll have not by standard, no. But he seems pretty
No, I
peaceful,
meant like
think.
for me to go and sleep in one while we take turns.
You could
Well,
grab
me
some
and
bedding
Bump
from the
can take
dorm. They're only
turns.
like one row up from the dorm. So if you wanted
We
to
only
take
have
temps,
4
it's fine.
hours for a long rest, so we can just swap.
Yeah.
Well, just shout me if you need me.
Yeah, as I say, if you want to sleep in like that room, you could grab bedding and roll it out on the floor. That's easy enough.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll go into an empty cell with it.
Yeah. Yeah, there'll only be I think that max there'd be is 2 or 3 cells, and they are single box cells, but it's like a small. So if he's in the first one locked in, and the rest of you just grab bedding from the dormitory and say and that probably will make Viper and the Redheads a little bit more, give him a bit more comfort if you guys are staying with him in the cell.
I'll explain to her the plan that we're gonna make sure that he's not alone and stuff.
Perfect. So we're going to start pulling out. We've got bodies upstairs and here. Is there anything you want us to hold back for whatever purposes you need them for? Or are we okay to clear them all out?
Yes, I think you're okay to clear them out.
Yeah, clear them.
I'll get the Earth Elemental to help clear out whatever he can.
You just need
while
to
he's
make sure
still
you
up.
count it well, because if it goes wrong, he will murder all the Redheads.
No, but he will disappear
Oh,
before
he disappears
my
in-
control
oh,
over him
right.
stops.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
sweet. He'll help, and then you explain he'll help, and then he will just turn to rubble. Don't worry.
yeah.
And also, Viper, I think Arta's gone upstairs as well, so he can help you move wherever you need. Just tell him he needs to do that.
Tell Arthur what to do. He'll do it. Nice. So the four of you set up. Zaga nice and asleep on his little round dish of little gold hoard. Arta, as you see the guys moving upstairs, you can see some of the civilians are coming out. It is the dead of night. This was a nighttime raid. It was on the cusp of midnight. Is there anything you want to do up here, or are you coming back down because you have a bed here, or you can make your way down to the Silent Dagger where you also have a bed.
Well, what's Viper telling Arta to do?
I just told
'Cause
her
that
that
will-
you were upstairs if she needed.
Yeah, no, that's exactly why. Whether I have a bed here or whether I go to the it depends what I'm going to do.
Well, no, I don't think
pick
she
stuff
would be.
up. No, fuck that. I'm going to the Silent Dagger.
Yeah. I don't think she would be going. I know, as the Faerun says, I don't think she'd be going up there to tell you what to do. I think she'd be up there, and you would hear when she comes. If you were staying around and hanging around, it's like this is all happening at the same time. If you were hanging around there, you'd hear her come up at some point, as to assess the damage of the pub, and all they're doing is tidying up and trying to move the bodies they can away and out of just like sight, so like around the back of the pubs, and then they'll be bringing in at some point carts to load up bodies, load up the brutes, load up the elves, and to get them out of town through the night. The Red Hoods will work through the night to.
They didn't do any fighting, so.
Ooh, I mean, if you
Nah, I'll help out. I'll help out for a bit. I'll help like dress some wounds and stuff, and then after about an hour or two, I'll head to the. I will head to the Silent Dagger to sleep. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, cool.
And if anyone mentions what happened with Zaga, I'm just going to like
Potentially.
just shrug and then just carry on doing what I'm doing.
Nice. So yeah, the rest of you set up. After you go back.
First or second one, man.
I'll let you pick which you prefer.
How ill are you looking?
I'll be fine.
Okay, I'll go first then. Thank you.
Cool. So you guys are taking watch, right, in the room as you lay down for long rests. Zaga, you have very, very peaceful dreams. You are having the time of your life in this little dream. The rest of you, a little bit more cautious. You wouldn't have a necessarily comfortable sleep, Otter, knowing what's gone on and knowing you've got exhaustion and fighting that off. But yeah, even when waking up, you can see that the elves take their turns, take their guards, and they're different. Sorry, they're different guard times. That doesn't really make sense, but it does. As you guys sleep through in here in the like jail cell area. Arta.
While sorry, I was say what quickly while I was on my guard duty when the other two are asleep.
Yep.
Can
Stuff
I check my arm to see how far it's progressed
Since you've used multiple powers multiple times?
Yes.
Yes. You
Your arm's now a tentacle.
Oh, while you're thinking about that, when I used the Greater Restoration on him for the bodies, would that have had any effect on his arm?
No. As he looks at it, as you look at the arm, and like if you were pondering that question, Savon, as you look at your arm, it is now like essentially bleeding through the pigmentation of your hand and forearm is almost all going purple now as it bleeds through. It's like the vein where it was just veins, it's now spreading out, and it's like up to your elbow. You can see there is discoloration way through. It's not like pure purple, but you can see the shade of your arm where it was dark and deep within the veins before is bleeding out. You can see almost like the back. It's a bit like vitiligo almost. In certain areas, it's darker than others, as you can see that as you're calling on the power, the thrum. You always feel the thrum from that like scratch, that bite area when you cast your powers. But you can, as you inspect your arm, give me you're in a cell. Give me investigation or no, it would be investigation.
That's an 11.
11. You 11's not very good. You feel you know to check your arm, right? So you know as you look, you can see that the coloration of your arm is going now. Compared the two comparatively, like side by side, very obvious that this is going into this shade, that it's bleeding out. Whatever was in the veins has burst now out into the skin pigmentation itself. You also feel kind of like not in your head but round your head, that there is you feel like some slight pain as well, whether it be like a headache or like you've taken a knock. You don't remember necessarily taking a bash, but you feel like a bit of pain around your head as well, which feels new. As you kind of post-battle check yourself out, normally you're feeling some aches and pains, right? You're in fights, you're being hit with stuff, you're being burnt, you're being fucking set on fire, whatever else, acid burning. But as a lingering pain, the pain of the thrum of what happens around the bite on your hand, you're kind of feeling a much duller but similar type lingering pain around your head. It kind of like, there's no like distinct area, it just kind of like the crown, the top part of your head just seems to hurt a little. But as you're in this, on your rest, just checking, there's not much else you can do about it.
Okay.
Arta.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact you said Arta as though something's up.
Nothing bad ever happens.
I don't have like an evil mind thing or an evil vampire thing, like, or a sixth finger. I'm fine. Oh, the hag.
My
Shit.
little friend.
Oh, yeah.
You drift off to sleep, a little bit, I would say, and tell me if you disagree, but I think like the way that the fight went down, the fight was difficult, that you probably for the first time to call out to the hag, to call out and admit that like something was going that wrong, was probably quite a big thing for Arta to realize. Oh, actually, this is quite like a realization. We can't just be like happy-go-lucky. Oops, I was the hero so many times, and then we had to call on this hag to do so, and like tossing that over.
Yeah, apart from the oops, I'm a hero thing. I don't think we can claim that it was just forgetting that Jenny the hag existed.
No.
I feel like
you've not really needed it.
He would have known, and it didn't feel worth it because he was able to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You were always the hero, right?
Yeah. I
So
agree.
it's the first time that you've had to. It got that bad that you haven't just come through. You guys haven't just come through. You haven't just scraped through. You haven't just survived. Things haven't worked out the way they have for you all, and you had to take that action. You were the one that made the decision. You called on Jenny. Then you're kind of tossing over the like. Well, why did you have to make that decision? Why did no one else have to make a decision? And then like, what the hell is happening to Zaga? Why after we've done this and we've succeeded, are we still having problems? Then kind of coming back to the like, why did I call to Jenny? Why did I not call out to Mahatma Doing? Why did I not call out to who is giving me the power? Why am I not following Callan's rule? Why am I turning to this newbie? Why was that what happened when I panicked? Why at the moment of near death and wanting to do something and use my powers and actions to save my friends, my party, did I go there instead of here? And then you're in the Silent Dagger on your own, so you're like, then why was I left? Why have they left me on my own? All these things, that whole like spiral of just being on your own and then trying to get to sleep, and then they never came back. So even if you were like tossing and turning, not able to get to sleep straight away, they never came back to Silent Dagger. They've clearly stayed at the Red Hoods, and all these things is tossing over and tossing, and you just leads to, when you finally fall asleep, you don't have a great night's sleep. You have strange dreams. You have dreams about being back in the house with Jenny the Hag. You feel like there's parts of it that she may be manipulating, but again, you don't know if you're adding to that yourself. You wake up a few times, like expecting to see her, but you don't see anything. As you get into the depth of your sleep, though, at some point, hours into tossing and turning, I mean, there's probably clocks. We've never gone through this. You definitely don't have a watch, do you? Judging by
there's a massive sundial in the next city, miles away.
As the sun would start to come up, you realise you're not getting any sleep. And I'd say it probably makes sense that with the sun coming up, you finally kind of get some calm and get some rest and feel that something has just passed. Something's allowing you to let the all those fears, those things, those negatives that are binding at you just clear, just fall out of your mind, fall out of your ears as you feel a peace, as you remember walking with Callan, you remember being found, you remember being the teachings, you remember the sermons that as you were a kid you maybe didn't enjoy so much or didn't listen to, but they were so repetitive that you learnt the ways of Mahatma doing from Callan and his stories. You remember the stories of the Watcher and getting and then remembering seeing the armor and what that triggered and the stories that came from that and how Callan used the Watcher to tell you and teach you stuff, but really this was a real person. And it starts to twist and you start to have a much more calming rest and sleep as you remember how much even if you are not calling out to your God, that your God is still present in the things that you do. And as you think through some of the good things that happen, you start to think back to where you have where maybe not knowing or nature coming through or just the growing up that after the circus when the civilians were hurt, when the children were hurt, that you spent time with them. You and Vaughn spent time healing and helping, letting everyone else do what they needed to do. You didn't worry about rushing to collect stuff or find out what's going on. You helped the people that were there. You remember the stepping in and giving the funeral to Meadow and making and doing what you could in that situation, seeing a hole the first time you really stepped up and were like, oh, maybe I am the religious one. Should I do something here? Maybe I should. That you, even as recently as helping the shopkeeper, Zaga trying to seemingly do over an innocent shopkeeper who's just trying to help you guys for no reason, stepping in and be like, no, this is not who we are. This is how we work. These things that you are just picking up and doing as you go through, as you find calm and peace in your sleep. Can you, this is going to be a weird one, can you change your alignment, please? One step towards good. I believe you are chaotic evil.
No, I'm not anything because I'd never picked that because it doesn't. Oh, I am technically, but
maybe
I
put that in there.
Yeah, I think you might have put that in.
Tieflings, I think they default there, and then you have to tweak it.
Yeah,
so
they do. Yeah, they do.
Move it to chaotic neutral, please.
Ooh. I do have something I want to do when. So, do I get a long rest in the end? Just to clarify, or not?
You do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I wake up,
oh, I know I want to be.
I would like to cast a ritual spell. And I would like to cast Commune.
You mean all
Nice.
clericy?
All it takes is a little Zaga to eat.
A little bit of
Little bit
crisis of
turmoil.
faith.
Exactly. That's when they always come through. Commune.
And yes.
Is that a...
Do you want me to
read
tell you what it does? It's a 5th level divination spell.
Holy shitballs. You're going for a big one. Yep.
Well, it's,
it's
a
ritual.
ritual, so it's not a spell slot.
Yeah.
And I did have another extra spell to learn. And I was going to remove something and put it on after the trials and tribulations, so to say. So I contact my deity or a divine proxy and ask up to 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or a no. I must ask the questions before the spell ends, and I receive a correct answer for each question. Divine beings aren't necessarily omniscient, so you might receive unclear as an answer if a question pertains to information that lies beyond the deity's knowledge. In a case where a one-word answer would be misleading or contrary to the deity's interest, the GM might offer a short pause as an answer instead. If you cast a spell 2 or more times before finishing your next long rest, there is a cumulative 25% chance for each casting after the first that you get no answer. the GM may make this roll in secret.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, have they? This is the legacy version. Have they changed DM to GM? Disgusting.
Because we do games, man. We don't live in dungeons. We just have sex dungeons.
I hope that's not my car alarm. 2 seconds.
Check it's not, because you need to come up with 3 questions, or we can come back to it unless you've got them.
Do you want to drop to everyone else while I
have a
double
think.
check and then come up with questions?
Yeah, in the morning as you awake, there's other shit going on. Yeah, you have this time on your own. The rest of them aren't there. You have the space in the Silent Dagger to sit down and cast Commune. Back to the Red Hood HQ. A bumpy night's sleep, the 4 hours rest you have each. Is there anything else you guys want to do on your handovers? Faywin, I think you have 4 hours if there's something you want to do. If not, the night passes.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that Zaga just sleeps through.
Zaga sleeps through like a baby. His farts are particularly violent. Particularly. Unsurprising, he's been eating kind of corrupted elven meat. The little hot box you're in stinks pretty bad.
Every time that happens, I like to just open the door ajar and cast Gust to try and...
Nice. Stops you all choking to death.
Thank you.
Do I get a long rest?
Yes. So you can all take a long rest, and as you awake in the morning, Zaga, you feel fantastic as you wake up. You kind of stretch. As you kind of wake and look down, you are on your pile of gold, on your dish. You kind of feel really good, and then as the realization that you're like, I don't remember going to sleep, I don't remember what's going on. The last time I was on the pile of gold, and then there's like that split of panic, because the last time you felt this good and woke up like this was when you woke up with your brother staring at you with shocked looks in their eyes.
I look around and realize I'm in a cell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that there is an elk on guard.
It's me.
Hey, why am I in a cell?
I gasp and jump up, and I'm drawing my bow at him, and I'd like to cast
Why are
dancing
you
lights.
drawing your bow?
I cast dancing lights into the cell just so that I can see him.
Why is it so bright?
Yep. You can see that eyes have returned to the kind of golden black coloration of Zaga's.
Zaga?
I stand in front of the shield protecting the gold.
Mm-hmm.
Zaga?
Yeah, why am I in a cell?
Prove it's you.
Well, prove it.
Prove it's you.
You need to cut your split ends.
You. And I put my bow down.
As you're like kind of holding your hands up as well as like to be like, fucking, why are you blinding me with dancing lights? You can see your hands are covered in blood. Cover your paws, your claws. You have like residual bits of maybe a bit of skin and hair in there as well. As you like, oh shit, as you're now realizing as well. Whoops.
Why am I in a cell?
Why do you think?
I don't know.
What on
Last I remember, we were in a fight. We were fighting the Alps.
You were fighting us, more like.
We killed them.
You fought us, Zaga.
What are you talking about? Why am I in a cell sleeping on my gold?
You did
And with that, I start to put the gold back.
Yeah. Yeah. Counting it.
So, priorities.
Mm-hmm.
You came, you bloody flourished us with some weapon, and you teleported, and then you knocked Arta and Otter out, and you were absolutely devouring bodies. I've never seen anything like it. And
What are you talking about? Have you been drinking?
How dare you? There was this horrible voice coming from you saying that you were hungry and you had to eat, and you were just absolutely annihilating bodies left, right, and centre.
As she says that, I think about it. I'm like, do you feel quite full?
Yeah.
Look at your pot belly.
You do have a little pot belly.
None of that happened. I don't remember anything.
It did happen.
We were fighting the Alps, and then we won.
Yeah, we won. And
We
then
won,
you started
yeah.
eating the Alps and hurting your party.
Did someone hit me on the head? Why am I in a cell and I don't remember anything?
We put you in a cell, Zaga, because you were eating everybody and hurting us.
What
And
are
then
you
you
talking
fell-
about?
You fell asleep all wrapped up like Hector does when he has a big pan au chocolat, but you did it on top of your war gong. So we had to carry you in here because we didn't know if you were going to hurt anybody. Viper's people had all their bows drawn at you.
What are you talking? You're talking gibberish. Have you been at the mushrooms? Is anybody else awake?
I would say, yeah, Von.
probably
I mean,
too.
as soon as you start, yeah. As soon as Zaga starts talking, it's going to be pretty difficult in a small room to stay asleep.
Okay, so as the other two get up, I turn to Mike. He doesn't remember a thing. Absolutely nothing.
Of course he doesn't. I mean, I guess
What do you mean, of course he doesn't? What are you talking about? Why am I in a cell?
Can I insight check him to see if he does remember it or not? 17.
Zaga believes what he's telling you.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, there's no point even rolling because it's not like you actually know anything.
I know, I just felt like
Zaga, you remember how
give me Zaga, give me a deception check.
A deception?
Yeah. For you, because you remember a time like this. So whilst what you're saying is true.
Oh, now we roll well. 32.
Yeah. Okay.
Jesus.
fucking lying bastard.
Really lucky. I mean, imagine you roll that high when he was attacking you. God damn it, that still strike could have been a crit. You don't pick up it. Yeah, you believe that he has no idea. Which is maybe a little bit more disconcerting because you saw what you saw and he has no idea what happened.
I believe him, guys. I don't think he does know what happened.
Zaga, remember how I kind of blacked out in the library? That kind of thing happened to you.
You were doing that weird shit with the book? Did I have a book?
No, you decided to eat the dead bodies.
What? What? Why would I eat dead bodies? I don't eat people.
I mean,
I'm not a vampire.
Yeah, this voice. It wasn't yours.
It was really horrible, actually.
And your eyes were different. They were red. Black with a red iris. Like you're possessed or something.
The voice said to us that it needs to feed to strengthen the vessel.
What?
Implying that you are its vessel.
What? Like a boat?
That took me a while.
I'm nobody's boat.
There's something inside of you that clearly can take control and switch you off.
We know about Von Von's condition, right? Has that been shared with all of us? Like in any?
I can't remember because me and you were at the.
I know Fabian knows.
Telescope.
Well, we definitely some of it shared. I can't remember how much of it was.
You shared
because we had the tadpole in the. We tried looking at our tadpole reacted,
true.
didn't we?
Yeah, so I think a lot of it. You know that Von has additional powers gained from the mind flayer.
Okay, in that case, Zaga will say, "Well, you're turning vampire, and he," pointing at Otter, "he gets weird around books. Why aren't you in cells?"
Because we didn't start eating people, Zaga.
I don't believe you. And I look at my hands covered in blood again. This is from the fight, obviously.
How often do you use your claws and your mouth in the fight, Zaga?
I don't know. Maybe something was close to me and I scratched it. I can't remember. It was a big fight. And Zaga looks confused.
Why do you not believe us, Zaga? Why would we lie about this?
Because you don't like dragons.
What do you mean we don't like
You
dragons?
never liked dragons.
You're a kobold, not a dragon.
I don't like Dragonborn. Nothing against dragons.
You're our friend, Zaga. We wouldn't lie to you.
Why would I do something like that?
It seems you've been possessed by something that kind of like Artemis.
Would Zaga or anybody else start to connect this to the fact that he is bigger than he originally was? His colour changed slightly. His snout and tail are longer.
Yeah, you've never really none of you really delved into the fact that the kobold seems to be
Well, I did
This is
ask
getting
him when
big.
we left the all her thing, and I was like, "Have you got
he
taller?"
dodged
And
it.
he was like, "No." And I was like, "Has your tail got bigger?" And he made a cheeky comment.
But then I would also say on the flip side that because of the way that the Dragonborn and therefore the kobolds have been kind of conducting themselves, not many people really would understand the anatomy of the kobold, like whether that's as big as you're going to get or you're supposed to get bigger. They've seen the Dragonborn now, but that's the first Dragonborn that a lot of people would have seen ever because they don't really leave unless you're like someone like Otter might have seen a few more kobolds because they do a lot of the shipments and the run-ins for the otherwise Draco would fail if it didn't trade with people still. So not many people really would know that much. So if they delved in and you poo-pooed it, but yeah, I don't think you've really questioned Zaga on what the fuck is going on. This is the big like, okay, there's been little hints and little things here and there, but you just were fucking eating people. So yeah, it's up to you guys how much you think your characters with that sort of stuff, like joining the dots is a bit like puzzles, which we were talking about this before. Whether you and your character are pretty synonymous, you don't necessarily need to roll if you are starting to join dots or want to join dots for your character and ask the question in game.
I can't remember. I know this all started with the whole mask thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is Zaga still wearing that mask?
No, but I have it in my bag.
He has the mask.
Right, so it's actually past 2. Right, okay.
Yeah, but then all of that was Zaga on his own.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. I was just for my own.
Yeah, I don't think he's gone through. So yeah, all you've really seen is just the little stages of little weird things that have happened and come round that just like singularly. Zaga's a bit of a weirdo anyway, right? But as they now come round, this is like the big boom event that actually, if you want to go on the path, there's a few things, or you quiz him until he fucking tells you stuff.
Zaga will pull the mask out of his bag and just start looking at it.
What's that, Zaga?
Probably.
What does it look like?
Red, did you get that? I've not seen it before.
I didn't all Hearth. Things got weird afterwards.
You didn't steal it, did you, from all?
No, I didn't steal it.
Are you sure?
I tried to steal it,
Right.
but the person I tried to steal it from turned out to be a hag.
Was this in the museum?
No, it was in a shop.
Was it
It wasn't a real shop. It was an illusion.
Jenny?
Yeah, that bitch has got my bagpipes.
And she gave you this.
She's a turtle?
You tried to steal this mask from Jenny.
It was powerful and it looked like a dragon.
Can I see? And I put my hand out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have no particular attachment to the mask. I just kept it.
Mm-hmm.
I hand over the mask.
Can I Arcana check it?
Yes. As you're Arcana checking it, Dan, was your car stolen? Or are we all good?
No, it's fine. Unfortunately, it means I've got to go to the office tomorrow.
We say it and it's on the internet.
And that insurance payout.
Yeah.
No, I've got my questions ready.
I was going to say, let's go back to your commune, because what we can have, because if you are going to head your way back, we can have you head your way back. I don't want you to miss out on all the...
Well, I remember her. Do I still have -2 to my max HP?
You have, yes.
Okay.
You still have -2 to your max HP.
It's just with the long rest of reset. So I was just...
You lost the level of exhaustion.
You lost one level of exhaustion there for it. So you go in, you'd have to go in and do it as a max override. Pop -2 in the override.
No, it's the modifier you put in.
Oh, wait, wait. Just as long as, it doesn't disappear with the thing. Sweet. So, Arta, as you pick up the mask, we cut back to the Silent Dagger, as Arta has the floor to himself, the pub to
Literally,
himself.
I've done little
Quite
ritual
literally.
circling stuff.
Got all your bits out. You have some space, some like a nice dry area, no one around, a bit of peace and quiet for the first time in 45 days.
I've hung up a towel I used to wash, like a whole. I've done the whole malarkey. There's no dirty socks on the floor. It's a whole thing.
Are you stroking your beard in honor of the dwarven god?
It's only
Mustache.
Nice. So as you sit down and you try and get back in touch, maybe, well, I mean, would you have ever tried to properly sit down? Because Callum would have made you sit down and all try and kind of pray or like have solitary moments to like be grateful and all that. But whether you actually ever took it seriously is for you to decide.
No.
You know the like pomp and rigor of it, but maybe not what you're trying to get to at the end point.
I will have probably seen it happen in the past.
A million times you would have, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So I looked out the sky, kind of look out the window, see if I can see any clouds. And I'm like, hey, dude, am I becoming a better cleric?
Oh, why you gotta start with the difficult questions?
Yeah, if they're not omniscient, so they may say unclear, or if they, in case one word answer could be misleading or contrary to the deity's interest, the GM may offer a short pause as an answer instead.
No, it's a short phrase, isn't it?
Because
Because otherwise that's really.
Oh yeah,
awkward.
short phrase.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, because misleading you by telling you you're good could be a whole world of pain. You hear, ooh. Arthur, you are on the right path.
Sick. Two more questions. Do you care that I don't do that whole god bothering, ooh, praise my god stuff?
No.
Okay. And now straight-faced. If I were considering leaving the party soon, would this be for the best?
It's an interesting one to ask your god.
Yeah, it's just looking for advice, nothing major.
Only you know where you can do the most help. Most good.
Sorted. Cheers, cloud guy.
Bye.
And then I do a little salute out the window.
Yeah, nice.
And then I pack up all my things and head.
I like to
head
also
to the,
think that like, oh, my Alexa just turned on. I like to think that there's like part of like the imagination process is it's almost like a blend of Callan's face. You're like, how do I put a face to a? Just imagine it's Callan a little bit.
As I'm kind of recoiling from that thought, I get the last of my things and head to the Red Hoods.
Nice. Yeah, so we can say that as you would have had a nicer, bar the beginning bit, you would have got up early anyway, having this thing, had the commune and make your way back. You can see as you make your way through the streets, because you'll be going from like the south of the commercial district to the north. You can see that the Red Hoods have done a great job in clearing up. There's still some like residue of fights and broken, like the pub is in tatters. But over the 8 hours, the bodies are all gone. Like they've cleared the whole the area you can see completely cleared. They are clearly working on bits on securing and making sure that the foundations and the structure of the pub is still intact. But around this whole square, from what you left the night before, pretty amazing, the cleanup job that's happened here. As you kind of make your way downstairs, you can see that the Red Hoods are now starting to work on the inside. They clearly prioritize the outside and what the common folk will see first. And as you come downstairs, you can see that they're clearing some stuff out. There's people washing and clearing the areas. You see no sign of your party in there. But as you come downstairs, one of the Red Hoods notes you and kind of points you towards the small jail cell area. As you get there, Faywin is staring at this mask. You want to do an Arcana check, Faywin?
I only rolled a 9 despite having a +7.
That's a real good roll. It doesn't feel magical as you're holding it. It's very ornately designed. It has this has a nice glimmer to it. It looks to be bronze, but maybe there's something else like infused with the bronze. Like there's some kind of alloy that's put together because it's very well polished and very ornately Just looks like a very good like masquerade ball mask. Has these the like features. It's humanoid, but has the features of a dragon, but not like a dragon ball. More like Oriental. If you imagine like an Oriental dragon in like shape. In design, like higher cheekbones, longer wisps that come out. So beautifully designed, looks like it would be very expensive as a mask. But as you kind of go to pull from your knowledge with a 9, nothing is triggering in your mind. This doesn't ring any bells. A mask, a masquerade of any, or like a dragon mask of some kind, and you don't get a feeling or a sense that this thing has magical aura to it with a 9 either.
If only she'd left a sending stone with somebody who had a huge
library for. Weird how I would leave the breadcrumbs for that and it wouldn't happen. But yeah, nothing triggers you. But
I
you
need to
did
go
run
to
online.
Allhath. Zaga, why did you want... I mean, it's beautiful, but why did you want this mask?
It was powerful, and it looks like a dragon.
Powerful how? It's just...
It was magic. I could feel the magic.
Well, it doesn't look magic to me, and I am now in a wizarding school, so I think I'd know.
Wait, you said it was magic.
Yeah, it was magic.
It's not now.
You put the mask on?
Yeah, I put it on. The shopkeeper, who I thought was a shopkeeper, told me to try it on.
So...
And then it wasn't magic anymore.
You are, though.
So... what you're saying is it may well be
And then
something...
Faywin said I look bigger.
You do. You've grown, and your tail is... Well...
Damn right I got a big tail.
A little fatter than it was.
I just assumed that was normal kobold
Sigh.
growth. I didn't
That was funny though.
think anything of it, but... I mean, do you think this may be the source of what?
Why would Jenny do this to me?
Our kobolds normally is bigger than you are. All the rest
No, I'm big and sexy.
Well, you didn't make a deal with her, did you? And she said
No, I
she
fucking
wanted...
didn't.
Well, she said she wanted to get a deal with you, so maybe this is your deal.
There's no deal.
Well, you seem to have a
She
very...
made me wear the
angry
mask, and then
about-
she stole my bagpipes.
Yeah, but she...
Well, it seems like something that was in the mask is now inside you. I mean, that kind of makes more sense.
Is it?
Let me,
You've changed appearance slightly.
On saying that, whoever thinks they might have some knowledge can give me Arcana, History, Nature. I think that's it. Let me look at the other skills.
I'll go for Arcana.
Or
It's all
another skill
back
if you can
legit.
sell me on what you'd be doing with it.
The only thing I want to do, can I do a smell check, please?
Yep, you can. Give me investigation with your nose.
I did history and only got a 12.
I did investigation for a smell check. That's a 4.
4.
You
Smells.
smell the farts from the night
Yeah,
before.
smells like someone's eaten elf and then fired it out. It's really weird how
Meat farts.
specific you got with a 4 as well. Weird.
I got a dirty 20 for nature.
Nature, nice.
I got a 18 for Arcana.
Very interesting. And what's your history? 12.
Yeah.
So we'll go up the rank. So history. Information about dragons. Next to like nothing. Everything that talks about dragons is mysterious. Not weird to have a dragon mask, because when the Dragonborn left Draka, they were then kind of because some people knew them, and then the humanoid races, the ones that only live for like 80 to like a human and would live to 70, 80 years, they were dying off. It's been 500 years since the Dragonborn really left. There's only a few people that are still alive that would have ever seen live Dragonborn. Hence it being a big fanfare. only the oldest elves were alive when Galeon, when the last dragon was seen, when they were fighting in the Fallen Conquest. So like there was a bit of early after they left, a bit of like almost worship of dragons. Like they were given more revere because there was none around. They were extinct. Like, and then as time has passed on over the 200-300 years that follow after that, kind of died out. So there's less and less dragon kind of like culture about because there's no one to tell it, no one to spread it. With the Dragonborn keeping themselves to themselves. So there's nothing that like triggers on a history point that links anything with dragons on there. The only thing that does link in when you're then thinking about the hag being involved is what you've kind of picked up. Deals, bargains, like that and you knew when you went in to speak to Jenny that that's what hags deal with. They are fey in nature, that she knew information about you that she shouldn't have known. You know that they are always bargaining and doing deals. I'd say with 12, the one thing that you might twig on is whilst like this has happened to Zaga, the deals are between like two parties or multiple parties, and hags can make deals. Hags live for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Hags could be making deals. There's nothing to say that Zaga isn't just the unfortunate occupant of a deal with something else. So the only people making deals, like you five aren't the only ones making hag deals. The hag might have deals that run for thousands of years, and there's always unlucky people that get caught up on the wrong side of the deal. So there's that piece in there that's like, you know that this clearly must have been some part of deal, but it doesn't necessarily mean it had to have been Zaga's deal for it to have affected Zaga. But then you kind of you're at a dead end from there. Mm-hmm. Was the nature was higher, right?
Nature was day 20.
Nature was day 20. Nature is a little bit more obtuse, I think, when you are... No, let me flip it around the other way. Arcana, and this is a good one for you to pick up, you are acutely aware of how to get more powers and go from one day being a sailor to being able to cast shadows and fogs and drown one day and be alive the next day and on a mission doing business for another being. So this, when Zaga's discussing some of the bits, it doesn't sound too dissimilar to like a warlock pact, but Zaga didn't make a pact, which would put you when you're trying to understand what's going on, and especially the way that it's interacting, that it's somewhere between a warlock pact and what would be maybe like a curse. Just the way he's describing it, the lack of control he has on certain aspects. A lot of it is very similar to what you felt. Like there's a bit in here where you're a bit like, oh, because from the outside, if you were to flip this round, some of the things that has happened, you could easily ascribe to your journey, to where you've got to now. So you put it closer to a pact, a warlock pact or a curse. But you know that pacts, you took your pact. You were offered as you were drowning. You made a decision. Zaga is either holding out on the fact that he's made a decision and has made a pact, or it falls more into a kind of a curse area. And then, but we'll say you half share. Bolting the nature part on, even if you don't share, actually we can come to this. The behaviors that you saw from Zaga around the need to feed and the use of food and the control loss, there's something that you can't put your foot on. Von, I think there's something that if you guys are all teetering with leads around the edge of, that if you were to sit down and join together and ask certain questions, you might come up with. But I think with the 20 on nature, you know that there is something with the food. There is something with the way that he was in control, and then 10 seconds later, he was out of control. You guys didn't really see what happened. Something happened, and the trigger was food. The thing that this thing wanted was food. And by food, it seemed like the thing it really, really wanted was humanoid flesh. So you with the kind of trying to understand and use what you can understand, there seems to be like this desire. It was almost like a completely hungered beast, what have you seen any cursed creatures? You saw the horses, didn't you, really early on? but you haven't.
Faywin's
really
got 6
seen
fingers.
anything else. Yeah, Faywin does have a curse, but it gives you the thought of like a severely hungered beast, like an ill creature that is the hungered
The
wolves.
gnolls, maybe.
Less than the gnolls a bit actually, but remember the what would really bring you back is the Kadir fight, where the Kadir was being hunted by those wolves, and those wolves they're wolves, right? They eat, but these were like tenacious. They were killing and eating because it's like their every breath relied on getting the sustenance from that food. It kind of reminds you back to that. So I would say there's something to be worked out there, that you are like, something is the triggering factor here, or there's something to help here. There's some element of control or trigger around food, and clearly humanoid flesh, whether it's a trigger, a help, or this is what this thing wanted, this thing fought, whatever is inside Zaga, but there is food there. So as you guys are kind of going around the conversation, I'll let you decide whether you all share the bits of information as you're helping Zaga, or you guys want to hold it back and talk to him later about it. But you are kind of all piecing together these individual bits from your knowledges, but you are leads moving into a ball, but you can't work out what the ball is yet.
While everyone is busy pondering things, Zaga has unlocked his cell door.
I will reveal to the group that the room smells like farts of eaten elves.
You're not like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because we don't know.
It might be some kind of curse.
You never know. You've been here. I imagine you've been here all night, so your nose gets used to things.
You
Yeah,
don't
where
get
were
used to
you?
that.
Where were you?
I went for a nap.
Charming.
You good?
Right. Why are all the questions? I'm confused.
My cell door is open now. I've unlocked it while everyone was pondering.
Yeah. I was asking questions. I don't know if you would have seen him going for the lock, but I think you feel like Zaga is back. Sweet.
Zaga, you didn't make a deal with Jenny, did you?
No, I didn't make a deal with the fucking hag. You know I didn't make a deal with that hag.
And have you ever made a deal or a pact with anyone else, like like I have for my life and powers?
No.
Maybe you're cursed.
At this point, I'm going to go up to Viper and let her know that Zaga is now himself, and we're trying to determine what's happened.
Yep. You can see, as you come out and try to
cursed.
find Viper, you can see that as you get out, 10 foot away, eavesdropping on what's going on were a couple of Red Hoods. And as you come out, they kind of like startled as you come out. As you go, I need to speak to Viper. They kind of will be like, okay, cool. And then she calls them. As you return, they do not follow you back. You are clearly being watched by Red Hoods, just in case.
Artie, you're a cleric. Do you have anything to remove curses?
Not today. Maybe tomorrow, if you ask me.
I mean, that's kind of the same situation I am in.
I mean, I did consider it, but I had to talk to the big man up top. So,
Oh, you did?
priorities.
I mean, that's been a while, surely.
How old am I? That long.
It's your first time you spoke to your god.
Yeah, I don't understand. Maybe I'm just naturally talented. That's why, I've got all these zip zap zow powers.
Zip, zap,
Maybe that's
zap.
something we need to look into. Maybe it's a curse of some sort.
What, my zip zap zow powers? I hope not.
No,
The-
what happened with Zaga?
I mean, yours could be a curse too.
Could be, yeah. A curse of being really cool, and then I make my cape
Bellow.
flap in the wind. Bellow, yeah.
Nice. So you all set this morning. I've just seen the time. I could do with a little wee break. So you have all had a pretty stressful time. As you are sat going through the bits, think about whether you want to continue conversation, piece some bits together here, ask some questions, or you want to think about what you want to do next, or maybe think about both whilst we take a quick wee break.
I did not expect that to take so long.
I know. Well, no. And to be honest, I didn't really know what to expect. So It's hard. When you start with a wisdom saving throw, and I'm like, you always roll bad, but there's no point me planning too much because my luck, I'll be like, I've planned a 10-minute segment, and you're like, I rolled a nat 20. I'm like, well, yep, that's good out the window. So that was all just on the cuff. So I hope that was, we didn't take too many, I didn't want to take too many liberties, but there was a point at which I knew things were going to stop. So yeah, there was a few more escalations I was going to have to message you about, but we got there. So
it was my fantasy.
Oh, it could be not your fantasies. It's different.
Obviously making jokes. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I saw a picture flash up. So you all find out bits of information as you're hearing Zyga kind of delve in and give up a little bit more than he's given up before. Archer is back from his big revelation, talking to the big man. So yeah, up to you. You are here. You can see they've started to clean up. The Red Hoods are going to be out of action, getting stuff sorted. So up to you what you'd like to do here. Whether you want to spend some time, go back to the Silent Dagger, help out, sit and chat about all the weird shit that's going on. I live to you.
I need to find this hag.
I need to find this water witch.
Well, she's on a boat.
I need to find myself.
So good.
What does that mean? You're right here. I can see you.
Yeah, but I can't see me.
All right, John, calm down.
Do you know what I just remembered? What you would have forgotten, because I forgot, is Bo and Len would have been in the Silent Dagger as well, but working downstairs. I like to think that partway through your communion, they like came upstairs thinking they heard someone, open the door, can see you just like in the middle of the floor with all the things, and they're just like, we'll just leave.
Just speaking in tongues.
We'll just leave him to it. Closing the door, goes back downstairs to carry on working. Okay. No, Len, back downstairs. Don't worry about it. So yeah, Bo and Len are back. They have set up in one of the rooms in the basement with their maps that they got given back. So they have put together a plan. So if you want to go back and discuss your different objectives, what they have mapped out, and you want to start talking about Forest, you could do that as well. And then I have a couch in the room, which means I can help. If that's what you want to do.
I'm assuming we're leaving the Red Hood base at this point. Will Viper have anything to say to us before we leave?
She's a little bit busy. But no, there's the destruction needs to be cleared. So you're you can see that they're busy. They're
Is Zaga
busy.
getting any funny looks?
I bloody well hope so. He's getting funny looks from me.
Yeah, a few. Not there. I mean, this is a thieves guild, so they're pretty used to wacky shit, and they're pretty used to hiding what's going on. And even when you've been here, like it's never been like a super friendly, like, oh hey. The best it got to was a day ago maybe, when you had when you'd gone through the death run and seen the thing, and they had seen that you'd done some good, and then like one day later it's back to being a bit like, oh,
Gracker was always Zaga's friend.
It was. Yep, Gracker's shop, like that area where all the fight went down, completely ruined, because that's where all the shops and bits were. So where that fight was going on, the brutes were there and stuff was being smashed. Alchemist, Gracker, all of those guys, their shops are trashed. As you're looking around, they are, unless you want to sit and wait and find them, they're not there. This is like a cleanup job, as they're trying to get this area back to being functional as their base. Essentially, it all got kind of trashed. So it's either you want to stay and help them do that, or you want to piss off and then come back once they've sorted it.
Ox is actually getting quite empathetic towards Zaga.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he's been weirding me out recently. I'm a bit done until he apologizes. It's not.
Is this about the money in the shop again?
Yeah, and then you eating people.
Yeah.
Because obviously I left. We got put away and had the conversation in the morning, so I don't know that stuff. What I want to do is. I'm going to, for any sort of Red Hood bodies, I'm going to go to Viper. I'm going to say, if you'd allow it, I would be happy to send them off in peace.
Interesting.
Zaga wants to say something insulting about a dwarf god, but bites his tongue, as now might not be the best time.
It's fine. I was considering looking at Zaga after saying, I was like, no.
That's not good.
I didn't eat any Red Hoods.
No, you're right, you didn't.
But it's still funny.
I don't know.
I'm looking at Arthur, wondering if he's okay.
Oh, it's not that weird. I think.
You can say no, it's fine.
No, it's interesting because I was originally thinking, but you are.
It'll be a different god, 100%.
Yeah, it will be, but they're not very. So, roll. No, don't roll. So, sorry, what I'm teeing up in my head. And we went through bits of this real early on, like first 5-10 episodes. Redvant was originally set up by the Tieflings that came over, and that set up Redvant as a town. It was a town that was built on debauchery, gambling, and sex. That's where it was run. But it's run by the Coven. No one really knows about the Coven. They just know that they are these powerful Tiefling women, but they're not really religious in the way that other areas is very obvious to add. So that I wouldn't expect them. There's no temples here, so that every other big city has a temple district, has druid presence, has cleric presence. Redvant is the only one that doesn't. So they are completely devoid of that. Even though you are, you follow a dwarven god, that kind of makes sense because what tiefling god would you follow? That you would have been a descendant of living on this land. High chance you would have been a descendant of the same tieflings that came over just many generations ago. So I think the bit that I was toying over is the Coven aren't religious. It all will come down to whether Viper would like a tiefling to say some words to comfort the redheads that were lost. And I think she probably would. I think overall, the relationship that you guys have had and the work you've done with them and the fight that's gone through and the turmoil they're seeing and the danger that's ahead, that's the perfect mix of total bullshit that makes someone go, would it hurt if we had a little religious ceremony to send off the people that have lost before? Because we don't know if we're at the end, in the middle, at the start of what is to come. So I think she would be a little taken aback, and then will say to you that she'll let you know when they've collected and they've tidied up and they're ready for a ceremony, and that she would be happy for you to say some words to the redheads.
This is very difficult, and I imagine it must be very difficult for you, Viper. Is there a graveyard?
Well, we don't tend to stipulate, nor have we lost.
None of us hope to die.
If you could find, we would normally do some cremation would be our way to go back to the fires.
We can probably do that. There's lots of smashed furniture now. We could hire.
Yeah,
but it would need to be outside, of course.
Yeah. Let me think about where would be best. Let me speak to those in charge and see what they would be happy with.
I thought you were in charge.
I'm in charge.
Not that it matters. Not that it matters.
I'm in charge here in the belly of the beast, in the Red Hoods, for the Red Hoods say, but I'm not in charge of Redvant overall. There are even powers that I must answer to. But if were your plans, it could be a good sign to show that we have kind of conquered and moved on. If Oldbridge was to be cleared, and we could reclaim that area with the Elven forces hopefully now gone, and maybe a ceremony there close to the river that keeps us alive, close to the forest that provides us with our sustenance, and now ridding the town of this oppressive force. That could well be a place, but it would be on us or yourselves going to check that the elves have indeed we have indeed dealt with the full elven threat.
Do you want us to? We can lead the way with that check.
But I think
we can head over there just to make sure that it's all clear.
Yeah, I think that would be a sign to the people that we are back in charge, and they're in charge of their own destiny. And even if things are still bad to come, a little, at least in our little corner of the world, if we can show that we are back in control, it may well help stabilize the people for a little longer.
Well, let's go do that then.
Plus, we can take a certain hungry. That
What? Huh? Am I still covered in blood?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was.
he's had strawberries for breakfast. Bless him.
The cell area would have had some like water buckets and cleaning buckets and piss buckets and stuff as well. So you could have found a time to clean yourself up a little bit if you wanted. But really, you guys are coming out, seeing what's going on, speaking to Viper. Yeah, so it's up to you. You could have decided to clean yourself before. There's also some people got prestidigitation, haven't they? So
Yes,
up to you whether you would have done it. I think you coming out covered in blood, you would notice that they're not like shocked to see you come out and that you're fine. But then if Faywin and your Naus would probably tell you, this is a thieves guild, these are spies. They definitely would have had people watching to check and listen to what you guys were talking about. Probably every single time you've been here, actually, if you think about it. That whenever you've been in the presence, yes, you might be trusted, but no one is ever safe from the ears of the thieves guilds. So they're not surprised to see you up and about and normal, because that information would have been passed as soon as you awoke and was speaking and there was no fights that broke out. That information would have been back to Viper within minutes. So yeah, if anything, that realization of coming out with blood and not seeing shocked surprise just reminds you of the company that you keep with the Red Hoods. That this is a thieves guild. These aren't just like nice guys that live underground. These they have a particular sort of skills.
What I am gonna do is I'm gonna reach into my pocket and pull out the stone of controlling earth elementals, and I'm just gonna say, "Hey, Banban, it's probably better if you keep hold of this."
That might be a good idea.
Its control word is nipples.
Okay.
So you have to put the stone down and say the word.
Yeah.
So if you want to summon the thing, what do you say?
Nipples.
Oh, and
Nibble.
also, Zaga, you forgot that he also had, when he puts the stone down, he also has to move his hands, like he's
No.
pointing at his chest.
No, too far.
He has to
far.
put both hands out.
Both roll death saving throws.
So Fabian walks away.
There's this stone of control in earth elemental.
It
Yeah.
is indeed blue.
The legacy one, yeah.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, I rolled a 4 in my deception check. That
It
way.
is a legacy one.
Doesn't make me feel better, no. Nice. So yeah.
I could have sold that, by the way, so you know.
Mm-hmm. Instead, you released it to cause chaos, nearly killed everyone. Luckily, the session before, Von got in power that enabled him to turn it on you. The series of events that happened, quite outstanding. Quite outstanding. Nice. So yeah, that's what Viper will say, is that that for her, that will be their next. Once they got this place set and the shops are back up and running and there's a bit of normality here, the bodies were cleared to give the people a lot of what they do as a feat. It's like a bit of a muted, twisted thieves guild. They don't have a police force, so they operate in the shadows. They operate by just like, if you're causing too much trouble, things disappear, your money disappears, your business has a bit of trouble. They do everything from the shadow and the dark, but that they also keep things clean, tidy up after the riots, keep the streets in as much normality as possible. That seems to be the double, the two sides of the Red Hood cloak that they wear, is they look after the people, but by looking after people, it's that control piece that says, we look after you, we can take away what we give. So I think that would be her show back to Redvant, and probably the Coven's want is to take back full control of Redvant. There will be no more opposed forces that come and take this from us now.
From the blockade in the sea.
Yeah, but I can't really do much about the sea.
Well, they're not taking anything; they're just stopping
Yeah,
stuff.
they're just stopping.
It's not quite the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go check out Old Bridge.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of these elves, so I can do my due diligence.
Yeah, nice. Lovely. So, as I said, as you leave, you can see that the pub is completely destroyed. That as a entry was likely have to be changed or done something with it, or I mean, people would have known that it was a pretty quiet pub that never failed, that always had the same people on staff. That potentially there would have been rumours it was a Red Hood HQ. With it being blown up and the elves attacking from there, pretty much gives the jig up. So
the
Red
Hoods
Hoods
figured it out.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Rumours would pass around. It's just whether anyone does anything with them. So what they do with it after, they don't need to decide, because the jig is truly up on that one. But other than that, the rest of the town the square has been pretty cleaned up. All the bodies and stuff have gone. So you make your way down. It almost looks like a normal February. We're in February now. We're nearly into March, I think. Yeah, late February. Morning, as you make your way through the town, you get a few more looks. Again, you are still noted and known by people, so you're getting used to people kind of spotting and recognizing you. Again, fully armed as you walk through the streets and make your way down past Silent Dagger and head towards Oldbridge. As you get closer towards Oldbridge, there is still that distinct lack of people in the south. On that main road, as you get close, the houses are still empty and shuttered. People haven't been returning. There is still that state of of emptiness and just like the sound of part blockaded or barricaded doors that are swinging open and banging slightly. The sound of like in a western, like when the road clears out, you can just hear the sound of emptiness and no people as you make your way through the south. As you get close to the actual Oldbridge entrance, that sound doesn't dissipate, doesn't disappear. It doesn't get picked up by the sound of movement, the sound of animals, sound of people walking. The silence continues. As you get up to the front gate of Oldbridge, you can see that the ground is turfed up completely, where they had been essentially where they'd marched their entire force out through this one entrance. The ground is turfed up. The inside, you can see it's like thick mud in there. But as the buildings stand and as you look around, you do not see any movement. With your like passives, as you're looking in, it looks to be pretty isolated, pretty desolated inside the Oldbridge encampment.
Before stepping in, I want to turn to Faywin and say, "Hey, Faywin! Are there any traps?"
I don't have that spell anymore.
You can still do a check.
Yeah, you can do it.
I couldn't tell you.
And whoever does it, you could just have a look around, see if there's anything that looks out of place, and I cast guidance on her.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Extra cantrip.
Oh.
They call me 7 cantrip Arter.
Oh,
I
I
can't
see.
believe
Taking
it's taken
guidance
until
for your
level 10
cantrip.
to get guidance.
Oh,
Is
that's-
Well,
it
I
D4?
can't change my cantrips, so
Yeah.
I've just got a new one.
Is it D4 for guidance?
Yeah. Oh god.
To be fair, I've had guidance the whole time and I keep forgetting.
You
I
keep
have
getting
it.
used it. I think it's better with
I
new
get it.
rules, isn't it? The new rules is a reaction, I think. So when someone fails, you can cast guidance to give them it as the reaction
Okay.
to them failing, and then they can add it after.
Rather than
Rather than having to
beforehand.
just spamming it all the time beforehand. Yeah, it just got annoying.
23.
23, nice. As you look around it for the sign of traps, you get the feeling that it would be very difficult, especially in this initial entry area where the troops will stand, where the kind of the church was, where the people in the cages were kind of kept, and the initial barracks. Just the turfing up of the ground, the way that that it looks like so many people have rushed out here to come back and relay a trap would be almost impossible. Like a wire would be too obvious. You couldn't put anything under the ground because this is almost similar to the terrain you had before when you were near the river. Like this would have been in combat would probably be difficult terrain to trudge through this deep mud here. So you get the feeling that in this initial entry area, barracks, stables, the tents that some of the troops have been staying in, very unlikely that there's going to be traps around here. You can't see or sense anywhere that it would be able to even set one up. When you get into like quarters or towards where the prison cell and stuff are further back, you'll have to check when you get there. But in this initial area, you think it's pretty safe. It looks like they marched everyone out this door and no one stayed behind to set up anything from what you can see.
You might get dirty boots, but it doesn't look like there's any traps.
Okay, great. Zaga heads in.
Mm-hmm.
Zaga wants to use his wand and cast Detect Magic and wander around the camp, looking for
Nice.
signs of anything he could loot.
Yep. Sweet. So yeah,
It lasts for 10 minutes. So.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, you can walk around. Are you just wandering around on your own, or are you guys staying together?
Is anyone following Zaga?
I'll stay with Saga.
I don't think anyone trusts him anymore.
No, but a few of you have been in. So Otter and Von, you have a pretty good layout of the inside of some of these buildings because you came in, you gave us up, you were taken to areas, so you know where offices were and how, like the mess halls of like Sylvanas and stuff were versus the standard barracks of people. So yeah, you would have a better idea of directing him where you'd want to go. But you know that there is the prison cell you went and got out of. There's a barrack, a soldier barrack, a stable. There was a church which you were held in, which you saw had nothing in it, and then there was like Sylvanas's offices. So you've really got like 5 areas you can be looking in.
And Zaga went into the offices area, didn't he, to grab the sending stone?
He went into the offices.
That wasn't the
area.
offices, was it? That was.
It was. Yeah, it was. It was Sylvanas's office, but it was you. There was a lot of stuff in there, and you just grabbed the easiest pile of. You grabbed a box that had sending stone and the other jewels in it, so it was only a quick grab of a chest that had pretty things in it.
Cool.
There was no look at like what else might have been in the office.
No, it was quick because there were still elves wandering around.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking for loot.
Head that way first of all, I imagine, or unless we're using your wand to guide us.
Well, it's detect magic and it has an extended range on the wand. But yeah, just wandering around, seeing if we get a ping for anything.
You would.
Don't care about mundane loot unless it's gold.
Yeah. You wouldn't. The wand wouldn't pick up gold, do?
Can I get a wand that detects gold?
Yeah, if you want. If you give back the other one. If you sell your soul to Jenny, she'll give you whatever you want. Hang on, I've hidden something that I need. No, I haven't. You get, as you're walking down and through, you get... Oh, no, you would. So that as you walk around, you don't get any pings from any of the stables, any of the barracks. They can be turned over if you want to go through like personal effects of people trying to find some stuff out. You might get a few gold in totality from them. But Sylvanas's office is where you really want to go. As you get close, you get a feel and a ping of some magical items. Not a super strong, like the strongest ping you got you would have been from that casket that you got as you come out there. But you can feel that there are definitely some magical items within Sylvanas's office still.
I want to head there. I'll take Bonbon with me.
Yep. And you guys know that's where you want to go anyway. Nice. So as you go into the office looks that's pretty similar, Zaga, to the way you left it. The Sylvanas was killed the next day. This all went down. There's not been any time really that you saw to throw a successor in that's going to come in and change the office. So the office, as you walk in, has like a bit of an eerie stillness to it. There is like the slight shifting of like a stool that would have been where Zaga not slightly grabbed this chest and gone. Otherwise, it hasn't been touched. There's the main desk that is sat out, and on the right-hand side where you'd grab some bits from, there is that big set of vials with the different hairs that would have been in there. A lot of those have been removed. There seems to be none in there now, so what they were clearly using whatever they could to find bits. So that area looks pretty clean. On the left-hand side, though, where you are, there is a closet, and there is a big... not as big as Bo's map, but there is a kind of war board up there with some notices on there, some maps on there, some like dictations and drawings that you can kind of look at and work out if you would like. The closet is the ping of the magical.
I'm going to search the closet and I'm going to say to Bonbon to just grab everything on the board.
Yeah, I'll grab the stuff from the board. Can I also check Sylvanas's desk if there's anything extra in there that might have any sort of notes or anything like that?
Yes. Yeah. The desk, yeah, that wouldn't really have been needed to be locked. So yeah, you can grab there'll be some paperwork and stuff in there. You can see there's some invoice and backwards and forwards of stuff. So yeah, you can grab out from there. There's some ornate that would be worth 10 gold, say, of just like an ornate letter open, like some fancy shit, elven shit that the city,
Like stationery.
Faywin would like, yeah.
oh
Are
yeah,
they stationery? Or?
like stationery, yeah. There's a beautifully gilded fountain pen.
Unfortunately, Faywin's not in the room.
Oh yeah, she's not there. So
And I'd concentrate on getting the paperwork because that's the important stuff.
She might have paper clips that could hold it all together. You haven't even looked.
imagine you were looking for paper clips. So yeah, you
I've
can
got
grab
back
all that.
folding
So
and
yeah,
paper
if you
clips.
just want to grab it all and then take it back and look at it another time, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just grab it all down. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go through there. There's yeah, you
Stuff
can see
that Bo
there's
could cross-reference with his stuff.
100%, yeah. So you take the papers and the letters and backwards and forwards from the drawers that are in there. You could grab some of the stationery stuff if you want to, and then from the board, again, it's like a big one piece of parchment that can be taken down and rolled up. Big, decent size, not as big as the ones they have, but yeah, you can just essentially pocket it all together, tie it up, and then carry it. It's paper, so it's pretty easy to get back. Or you can pop it in the bag of holding, and you're fine.
I
So,
will
yeah,
grab
grab
some
that.
of the stationery, knowing how Faywin probably react to us leaving stationery, and I get enough abuse as it is. So.
Yeah. The little thought that Zaga might sell you out when you're too far away. Nice. So you do that as you go through the closet. I mean, it's a closet. It's not that too much in there that you could
I need
miss.
to roll an investigation check.
No, it's a closet. It's pretty simple. There's stuff in here that you would have missed before. So you can see that there are some special. There are different sets of Sylvanus's like wear in here. So there are more like formal gowns. There is more like what would be like I can't think of a better word than like army attire, which is really bad of me. But something
dress
that is
uniform?
like a dress uniform, but something that she would have worn in battle for riding. There's like different ones that are in there, and then you kind of get into the light armors, and there's a few things that then ping with your wand. There is a set of boots, a cloak, and 2 sets of chain, which is incredibly light as you go to grab it. You think it's like, which all give off magical ping.
Can I fit all of that in my bag? Probably not.
I will point over to. I will
Yeah, probably not.
hold out the bag of holding for Zaga to put stuff in there if he wants.
I will
So,
put the
yeah.
chains in there.
Yeah.
And I will stuff the boots and the cloak in my.
Yeah, sweet, you drop them up. So yeah, the rest of it looks to be it just fancy formal elven attire. Doesn't seem to have any magical incantations in there. There are also no. Give me one investigation check.
Okay. That is a 12 plus 12, 24.
Nice. As you're like stuffing all the bits into your bag, trying to secretly work out what you can like. Von Man's like, put whatever you need in here, and you're like, okay, you put the chain in there, and then like looking at him, almost like you're trying to sneak it, throw it in. Von, you're a bit like, what the fuck? I can see you doing this. As you turn, you knock, and you hear there's like a small box in the bottom of the just a cardboard box. Wouldn't normally have anything in it in the bottom of the wardrobe. As you open it up, there are roll a d6 for me. No, roll a d8. You rolled high. Roll a d8.
I'll do it on the thingy. I rolled an 8.
Oh, okay, that's a bad idea. There are 8 of these small containers of an ointment that looks like it's you know, like in the like glass jars that you'd make. It looks like it's homemade. Look like someone has created this. They've got someone to clearly put together whatever this ointment is. There's 8 of them in here, and they. I suppose they would give off like a very not magical in the same way that a magical item was, but there's obviously this isn't face cream. This like goo, this cream that's in there clearly it is something you can sense. It has something a little to it, and would be likely worth picking up.
Zaga will assume that it does something,
Yeah,
and will keep it, but he would also assume it's not valuable because it's goo in a jar, and he will put it in the bag of holding.
nice. So yeah, there's as you see it, Von, you would see it as it's like a poultice or like a. It definitely looks like some elven, actually probably more wood elven. I suppose they were wood elves. as well.
With like
But
my
something like
herbalism stuff, would I forgot I can actually do checks and stuff.
before. Yeah,
because
you
of
can do
that.
checks for it. Yeah. Yeah, give me nature check. Nature or Arcana. Well, I think nature's probably better for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
And with the herbalist
and
kit,
then
is it
social
advantage or is
check,
it plus additional proficiency? I can't
Oh,
remember.
actually, what is it?
I think it's plus additional.
Unless you add
proficiency.
proficiency bonus, yeah. So that is a 16.
Nice. You recognize this. It's pretty well-known ointment. I just don't know how to say the word of it, so I'll send it to you. It's like it's got a weird name that looks like it says Kiotum's ointment. Search ointment, and you'll know what one I'm talking about.
Ointment.
Ointment. Smells a faint jar that smells faintly
Okay, yeah.
aloe. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you know that it's like a cure. It's one of the ones, like a fairly powerful one, but versions of this ointment that are made have always been used for, like a cure-all almost for elves for different things. So you know that it gives you hit points. You know that it cures these diseases and poisons to different effects. So it kind of makes sense as to why that would be there. So you have 8 jars of that, which is quite a lot.
8 jars.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it let me do? Oh, of course.
Nice. So that's what you pick up there. You grab all the stuff. The rest of you, as you're walking around, give me those that walk around either perception or investigation checks, just for the other general areas, unless there's something specific you would like to go to inside the old bridge.
Nat 1 on my perception checks. That's a 5.
Yeah, that's great. See loads.
18 on my perception.
Sverin? Rolling or no?
18 on perception.
18, cool. So you guys kind of go around the scope. You can see that the big cages that were holding the bodies are emptied. They've all been moved out. As you go through some of the tents and kind of just take sight of different areas, Faye, when you check in, you can see that the stables have been essentially cleared out. There's nothing left in there. Anything they had that were for the hippogriffs and for the riders were saddled up and used. They've used everything within here, so it's like bare bones. What is left behind is the skeleton of the camp that was there before anyway. So like the original camp that was then trashed, now it's been used again and left in a skeleton state. And you get much the same also as you walk around. You can see where they had these like makeshift tents that are just cleared out. They were just beds in there. They were just for troops to go in. Give me no, I'd say across like going through a few of the bags and picking up different things, you can see where the all of them have some effects or some bits that are all labeled with Eden, that all of these soldiers were called in from Eden, which is the like capital of the wood elves. It's the capital city, which is in the border forest itself. So you know that they all came from there. You pick that up. You pick up about 20 gold in smaller denominations through more as you just like checking some of the stuff they left behind. Other than that, it looks like very few personal effects have been brought up, which is almost like you're going through trying to find stuff. What you find is like labeled boxes, stuff that would obviously have some stamping, some standard stamping from Eden, but you don't see like personal effects. You don't see, but you've been a sailor, right? You'd carry some personal effects, even if it wasn't a lot. It would maybe go down over time. These soldiers that came up didn't bring photos of family, had no letters, had no other information for you to tell from bunk to bunk who these people were. What you were finding were almost like standard issue gold pouches, which had a few coins in between them. So again, no one really had any gold on them at all. They were almost just like completely...
They were clones.
Exactly. Unidentifiable different soldiers that had come forward, which you would then trigger as being a little bit strange. Because even sailors, when they go out, would have some stuff. Everyone has like a thing from home, like a letter, a picture of a lady left behind, whatever it is. These guys, absolutely nothing. Which is, again, weird. I mean, you fought them, you knew there was something going on, but as to the control of what they had going on, yeah, you get the feeling like they could have been drones, soldiers, clones, whatever it is. No personalities, no individuality to them. As you all kind of come out from your different areas, unless there's anything else you want to do, you get the feeling this is clear that the elves, any elves that were left behind, have fled back to the Eden and the forest, or were all murdered in a city. After you know there was a hell of a lot of dead bodies out the front there as well, almost as if this was an empty and a last frontal attack, and the whole of this camp were forced either out to fight to try and take their last their last chance at taking this place with force, or were sent back. Your feeling is to the former, that likely they were sacrificed as a last ditch attempt, and if they all died, they all died.
If he dies, he dies.
Indeed.
I tap my shield where my holy symbol is located, and I say, "It's a bit much, isn't it?" And then I remove my hand and carry on my way.
You paused for such a long time.
Yeah, I was trying to think if I wanted to say something witty or not, and it came first in my head, but it took a while. This is Arthur, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, you think Old Bridge is cleared. Looks like order was given, camp was cleared. There is nothing really left behind. You obviously have got all the information from surveillance, which you haven't looked at yet. So there clearly is some stuff in there. But as for the camp itself, as for giving the go-ahead to the Red Hoods, you feel pretty confident that this area here, and you can kind of take a wander down towards where the bridge was, where the river is, and into the forest. There's nothing you can see at close sight. I would say there's an eeriness almost to it, like looking out into the forest, knowing what's in the forest, that there's a sense of like what you're looking at. An area you went into before, the last time you went into that forest, especially for the especially for Von, especially for Faywin. The last time you were here, the last time you ventured from here into the forest was to go and find Meadow. It started off, you met the hag, you had the displacer fight. This is where it all began. And as you stare back at this forest, it seems even more dark, even more dense, even more ominous than it was before. And almost, I would say, especially to you, Von, you almost feel like there's a whisper, there's like a taunting, there's something about the forest which is calling you in a way, but at the same time kind of just showing you that it has a presence there, that it's trying to like front you up. But as you look at it, you're just looking at a bunch of trees. But you can't see any enemies.
Zaga will back up away from the foreboding forest.
Mm-hmm. Really? You want to go into it? Yeah, I would say as a not definitely not a DM reminder, but as you stand here and look at this, you would all remember that you were sent here with goods, with a plan to go back into that forest. At some point, you are signed up to go back into that forest, and you guys need to build up and either do it or fucking run away and hope nothing bad happens. But that is what you were here to do. This whole Redvant ordeal was bad and was a sideswipe, and loads has gone on. You found that stuff out, but what you are here to do is to start making headway into that forest somehow and finding out what the fuck is going on.
Zaga will say, if we go back in there, I need to find Jenny.
You mean when, Zaga? When we go back in there, because we have to. We need to end this.
You want me to go back in there? I need to get my stuff from that water bridge. That'll make me more powerful.
Have you been in there before?
No, that was another life.
Part of it, technically.
Yeah, oh, you went into Jenny's bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just not this entrance.
Mm-hmm. But that is the yeah. So as you are standing, you know you have entered the forest in multiple areas. There was you can enter it from the Willard's Glade. You can enter it from close to where Jenny was before. If you want to go back through the safety, you can enter it from the camp that you went to, where you sent off Undriel in the first instance. You have been in 4 locations, I think, which you could go to and travel into the Border Forest if you wanted to. Like, the Border Forest can be accessed for any of those, and mechanically, as a forest hex crawl, you can enter the forest from wherever you think is the best way to enter the forest if you want to follow the paths. You have information. What Bo has been working on is the information from Bryn. the paths that he took in. I was going to say, as if I didn't know his gender. The paths that he took in, where he got to the notes that he has. So Bo obviously has some more information. You guys have now got this information from Sylvanas to build up as much of a picture. But really, it's about Faywin's goal from the guys is to go and map out, go and find out what really is sitting in the forest. We know where there are ruins. We know where there were cities in some instances. There's lots of information to pull together, but really it's your guys' choice of whether you want to go in from Redvant because it's an easy in and out, or you want to go back to Jenny because she's quite close to the edge, or you want to go down the river because you've got river access or a boat. So there's a decision to be made on what you think is the best approach.
Get out of here.
We take stuff back to Bo and then for now.
Yeah.
I will use the sending stone to contact Viper saying that the old bridge is clear. Good to go ahead with the ritual down there.
Yep.
Also, I'll grab whatever's left in the cart.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because obviously they only took what I thought was most important stuff. I'd grab whatever else is in there, take it back up to Bo and Len as well.
How many sending potions they got left?
Have they got left?
Mm-hmm.
As many as they need. You can try and rob them.
As a meet back up the rest group, obviously, I also give Faywin the stationery crap that I got from Sylvanas' desk.
Wow! Is this embossed?
Yeah, it says.
I don't know. I just
Elves
sort
are
of
the
think
best.
something you'd be. I imagine I would have not heard the end of it if I left this behind.
I smirk. Can I roll something to see what I've received? Maybe a stapler or...
You of
Oh,
all the stationery,
Stapler.
Stapler. No, it would 100% be like best equivalent of stainless steel, like a well polished steel with gold filament fountain pen with some fancy inks.
Wow.
For writing. But that would mainly be it. Maybe if you wanted a wax seal, but it's going to be the wax seal of Eden. So how useful that'd be, I don't know. Do you want to? I mean, you were going to do some forgeries at some point, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, I was going to do lessons with Viper, but then the whole smelly out thing happened.
Yep. So yeah. it would
As
mainly be
everyone's
the-
leaving, Saga will just hang back a bit and say, "I'll catch up with you in a minute. I just need to check a few things."
Are you going to check on Andriel?
No.
Oh.
I will stay back with Zagar. I'm not going to leave him on his own.
But you don't trust me?
No.
If you had seen what we saw yesterday, you'd understand.
This makes what's about to happen a bit weirder. Zaga's been feeling really good all day after his great night's sleep. He's actually been feeling quite powerful. And something's been...
Before we do this, so is Zaga and Von Van still away from the rest of the group?
I'm assuming Zaga said he's staying back. Von and Otter have said no, and then either you and Faymon carried on walking or stopped at the same time.
Okay.
But you're only like within 10, 15.
Okay, no, it's fine. I'm gonna save my fun line until later.
Okay.
With these two guys watching as the other two walk off then, Zaga is going to channel this power that he feels inside himself and summon the spirit of the Scorched Dragon. He feels the power, but he doesn't really know what it's going to do, so he just lets it out.
Yeah. It's what starts as like a feeling of being very full and indigestion, poops. Who knows what's going to be? But yeah, as it lingers on for the day, you just have this inside you, and it is just like a strong burning. This fear of just like, and like I say, it now you understand it and feel it as power. It's like a fire breath turned to 1,000. It's like fire breath that's been turned up to 1,000 that you swallowed instead of expelling, and you've just been holding it inside you and just feeling this this yearning.
Yeah, it
from
was either
inside.
something powerful or a big burning fart.
Exactly. Both of which he tried to save you from. Interesting. So, I need to reread what I've created.
I call forth the spirit of the scorched dragon. It manifests in an unoccupied space that you can see within range, and uses the draconic spirit stat block, which is a large dragon.
Yeah, it's only large size, right? So yeah, as you said it, I would say as you call it forth, it's thematically, it would feel like you are struggling with something. I think you, Von, and I would say Otto definitely. As you see him say, no, it's fine. And you can see almost like Hulk trying to hold the rage in. That sort of feeling. It's like, no, I'm fine. I'm not doing stuff. Otto thinking that, knowing you as I would know, you'd almost like hand to hilt, just be like, fuck, like, what is going on? I'm ready. As Zagos, you kind of, like hunch into yourself, and then as you kind of release out, almost as fire breath, this bright red smoke and fire, like a fire breath, but not actual fire. No heat comes from it, but it's this deep red and orange flies from Zaga as it swoops around him, and as it kind of settles and forms, stood next to Zaga, looking down, is the large size, so a 10 by 10 sized dragon spirit. You can see the opaqueness of the dragon. You can see the deep red within it. You can see the size and the majesty of it. Looks like the dragons of the stories. Looks like the dragons of the tales from old. Like what you would have had growing up. All of you, maybe less so, Arta. I'm not sure Callum would have had a great knowledge of the stories of dragons before.
No, I don't think it would.
But childhood stories of dragons and how they were drawn and how they look. This thing looks majestic. At large size, doesn't look as big as you thought the dragons were supposed to be, but has the appearance of like this regal, well-aged dragon. Faywin, as you see this thing appear and the face appear out from it, the mouth look a little bit like that mask. Like the spread out, like the defined cheekbones, and you can see the difference between as well Zaga and the snout and the form of the dragonborn and the kobolds you've seen before, which are more long in the face. This has the same, but the snout is a little bit narrower in comparison to what we said. The cheekbones are like more defined. The flares and the horns and the flail that comes out the back of this dragon are like nothing you've seen before on a creature before. They immediately would invoke a fear in you, or not one that you would roll for, but seeing something like this that just is so jarring that the only reference you have for it is childhood stories. Would, I think, leave you all aghast at what has happened. But you can see it's a spirit. You can see the corporeal nature of it that's there as it kind of, as the wings kind of fly out from it. Wow.
Oh, that's cool. Does anyone else react?
Does it talk?
Okay, you good?
I'm good. Look at it.
Yeah, as you let it out, it's like you feel I would say you probably feel a little like that really amazing feeling you had. You feel a little depleted because you've given up. I mean, you still feel strong. You don't take any damage or anything, but you definitely, that power you were holding in felt strong. And as you've released it out, it's cool. That's how like what's come out is cool. But you do feel like, oh, this is the spark that was inside. This was the thing that was garnering me. Like
did someone ask if it speaks?
Yeah. Did when it emerges, does it say anything?
It can speak Draconic, and it understands languages that I know.
I can speak Draconic.
Right, I'm going to speak Dwarven from now on out.
I speak dragon.
In Draconic under my breath. What is that?
Even though those who don't understand Draconic, Would we recognize the tone of its voice as the one that we heard inside Zaga?
Yes. So as it stretches out, and you see this thing like stretch out its wing. Oh god, I have to go through and read this stat block before I say something that doesn't make sense. It doesn't fly speed, of course it does. Stretches out its wings. You can see the large, like the deep red scaling within the like slightly lighter belly and gut that comes up. As you can feel this thing is almost imagine Aladdin genie, but dragon form. As he's like, oh. Like almost like stretching out, the neck goes round, and as it comes down and round the side of Zaga, this beast is stood behind of Zaga, stood in front, as its head comes round beside, as it looks at you all and says, "See, we just needed to eat."
As you say that in Draconic.
I think it would say it in common because it's intelligent enough to know that they don't. Well, they wouldn't all speak Draconic.
I cast comprehend languages.
It can speak common. I think it would only flick to Draconic to. This is a spirit, right? But I think it would know its audience and speak common. I think it would potentially use Draconic if it was trying to just talk to you, Kobold, but quit Zaga.
I just want to put my hand on it and see if it feels physical.
As you put your hand on it, you can stop. It's the same way. You haven't really dealt with any incorporeal. It's a bit like John. In that there's a resistance there, but it is still a spirit. Like if you were to force your hand through, your hand will go through. But as a light touch, you can feel that it's there. It doesn't give off any of the physical presences of like you don't feel warm being near it. You don't feel like it's a fire. You don't feel like it's on fire. I would say the either four of you, as the head comes down round beside Zaga. If you imagine Zaga is stood there as a little 4-foot kobold, behind him is this 10 by 10 dragon. Its head comes round, so its body's protected, but its head is extended an extra 5 foot away from Zaga as it says to you, "We needed to eat." And as it finishes and just, you feel, even from the spirit though, a hotness, an acrid smell, a burning, a fire within the mouth, within the breath of this thing, but it doesn't have a physical presence of it, so you know that it still has something there.
It's not
hearing that, I want to ask it. Wait, you made me eat things?
I didn't make you do anything you didn't want to do. If you sat here, as soon as it's speaking to you, it would flick to Draconic and say, "I did not make you eat anything you didn't want to do. This was our plan, Zaga. Together we will be strong."
Hey, Ernest, after putting comprehend language, I said, "You knew about this, Zaga? You agreed to this?
No, I know nothing about this."
Did you control this thing, or?
What Zaga was trying to figure out when he touched it was whether he could ride it.
No way.
I don't think it would let you.
No, but that Discord message I sent earlier.
Is this under your control, Zaga? Or does this control you?
As it turns back and says, "I don't think it's any of your business."
I'm just
Out of
interested.
character. Out of character. I have to give it commands to attack things.
Okay. I'm just okay.
But Herb's flavour for...
Yeah. I just say back to
I will also say the wording says the creature is an ally to you.
Yeah.
I'd say back to it. Well, I knew if this was going to be the consequence, I wouldn't have had a problem with you eating.
Well, maybe next time should have a little faith to the people that are really in charge. The backing line.
I just stand where I am.
Faywin decides not to speak Draconic in front of this thing because she's petrified.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want it to know that she'll be able to understand it.
So, I mean, I in my mind, I obviously have seen the size of my patron, haven't I? The vastness of it. So, size-wise, this is nothing comparable.
It's not huge. We fought bigger things.
It's not patron versus dragon.
No, I know. I'm just in terms of its like intimidation factor's sake.
Yeah.
Patron v Dragon?
Yeah, please.
Some of us have got a god on our side.
Please don't start summoning these
Patron
otherworldly beings.
versus dragon versus...
Can we have a one-shot?
One-shot battle of the beast. You'll play the beasts.
In a bakery.
Do I still
Yes.
have...
So patron versus mind flayer versus god versus dragon versus...
This is a librarian.
You'll play as master stat blocks. versus librarian. You don't know what's in the Feywild.
That is true.
A Fey librarian.
Hey, it's not
Zaga's
so
just
bad.
wandering around looking at this big dragon thing, thinking it's really cool. He's already forgotten the part about making him eat.
That I would, yeah, no, that's fine. And like you say, it's there. You can see it's incorporeal. You can see it's come from. I would say, you would. There's no point rolling it. Adding on to the roles of Otter, you before, and like you're kind of your link to say that you know the size of your patron and like what happens, but you know that your patron acts through you from afar.
Yeah.
Kind of linking into that curse piece again. Zaga just imbued from his mouth the spirit of a dragon that has a voice and a personality that you assume isn't going to be around forever, it's going to disappear again, but it came from out of his mouth and is talking to you as a completely separate pre-thinking being, which he has told you he has control of. But you could say you have control of your patron and your powers, right? But how sure are you that you actually have control of it? So I think for you, there's another warning bell that would go off with that this thing is not a John. If you compared, obviously it's a dragon, but the comparable of two, John is a controlled spirit, like a familiar. It is definitely on the side and does not have a personality that would, you'd believe, ever be able to defy what Faerun would give it. This thing gives you, again, that vibe of like, you say you're in control of it now, but how long until you're not in control of it?
Yes, but can this beast grapple a thing with its tongue? A thing that's much bigger than it.
Cannot.
There we go.
We won't make that mistake.
Zaga is still walking around trying to figure out how he would be able to ride this thing.
I sort of go up to Zaga and quietly say to him, you know, Zaga, we could have some sort of arrangement here. You need bodies, I need souls.
Yes.
Win-win.
Listen to the bearded one. In Draconic, he'll be saying to you, Zaga, I should say this before, shouldn't I? Listen to the bearded one. We need more. We need to eat more. The more we eat, the stronger we
That made
get.
wonder what the bearded one has just said.
Fabian can hear all Draconic, can she not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Should have started.
She's the one playing dumb, pretending she doesn't speak it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not actively playing dumb, by the way, just sort of standing there, not really doing much apart from thinking, what on earth? And then I summon John as a pigeon.
Well, summon Axolotl and then have him look at the dragon.
Zaga will say to the dragon in Draconic, if I eat more, will you get bigger?
If you eat more, we can have more power than you could ever imagine.
I'll throw out my armor for Zaga to nibble on.
You go down to one-armed? Is that what you're happy with that?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Only ever single-handed, no more bonus action things? I'm happy to go for it if you're happy to go for it.
Okay, guys, let's get back. I say and start walking and have the dragon follow me.
Zaga
Yeah.
would not suggest going back in town while...
No, not with a dragon behind you.
Why not?
People don't tend to see dragons very often. I myself have never seen one, as I'm kind of looking up at it, and it might cause some panic. Although I'm sure you're really friendly, but you know it just.
I mean, there's a money-making opportunity here.
Or we could strike fear into everybody that we meet, and they all run away, and it causes mayhem after we've just killed hundreds of elves in that town.
Exactly. Who's going to challenge us?
You want to frighten the people we've just saved.
And arguably the people that saved us many a time from our nonsense.
Zaga will say in Draconic to the dragon, the uptight one might have a point. I'll see you later.
He's like,
And stop concentrating on the dragon.
nice. Yeah, as you release, as you see, he like again, genie in the bottle style, as the smoke builds up like a fireball, just reverses straight into your like nostrils and mouth. It is for you like a very disconcerting and a horrific thing. Like someone is just, like we put your head out of a car and you get hit with all the air. It's a bit like you're like, as it goes and sucks through. It looks kind of similar to sucking the souls out of the thing that Otto has done before. But yeah, the first time it happened, you'll be like, oh, it's only a few seconds. But yeah, it's an interesting.
Question: when this happens, when the dragon comes out and then goes back in, does Zaga's size and form change?
No.
Okay.
No.
Are you imagining him just
Only
deflating like a balloon?
I mean, essentially,
he's
if a dragon's out of him, he goes back to being the old Zaga.
Once he's back inside and I've got over the process, I'll say out loud, imagine if I could ride that thing.
Imagine if it's not just your mouth that thing comes out of.
Well, I didn't know if I needed to fart really bad, to be honest.
Saga, are you feeling okay?
I feel fine. What? Why?
It just looks a little painful going back
It was
into-
weird, but I'm over it.
Okay.
I feel like I can't do that again until tomorrow.
Things are just getting weirder.
Want to be a mammoth?
Yeah, please.
No, let's stop fucking around and get on with the task at hand.
Ron,
shall
can
we?
I be a scorpion?
Not just right now, no.
The uptight one's correct. Let's go.
We can chuckle probably.
The uptight one wants to know if you'll speak to Andriel for her.
Can't do that right now.
Can't speak to her anyway.
Well, look at her from afar.
It's perv on her. I want to look at my best friend when she's not looking at me.
I can't do that right now. My power was used to do other things.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe, if I remember
Oh,
or feel like it.
I'll remind you. I start walking.
Nice. Where are you heading? So you've given Viper the message that all is a-okay.
It's clear.
It's clear.
Yeah.
So they know that once they've cleared up, they can start. The movement on that.
Gonna head back to the Silent Dagger to give Bo
Mm-hmm.
the Sylvanas paperwork and the rest of their stuff.
Yep. Perfect. So you head back to. Let me just check if I've got all my pages correct. You head back to Silent Dagger. As you make it back, you can see the Silent Dagger is pretty empty at the top, of course. Let yourself in and go downstairs to find Bo and Len scribbling away. Len is dissecting one of the what the fuck are they called? The tentacles from one of the creatures at some point that is in there. And Bo is sat in front of the large map, trying to piece some extra bits together. He turns back as whoever goes downstairs makes their way into the room. You can see that they have palmed out everything. There's things on the wall. There's papers on. There is an organisation that's going on here to keep all their information together as you come in. And Bo's like, "Excellent, you're in." You didn't come back last night. Just Arta, who we definitely didn't see talking to himself.
Hey, mate. Bo.
Hello, Zaga. I can't be mean to you. We heard the news of the fight this morning. We're hearing the twitters of the common folk as we were out trying to get some food. Elves attacked the Red Hoods.
Yes.
Red Hoods are fine.
Yeah. Well, most of them.
Okay.
There was some casualties, but we've managed to.
The elves are no longer a thing.
Yes.
Those that may have still been here have fled by the looks of it.
Nice. So one.
Old bridge is clear.
Old bridge is clear. We've already got.
Don't
the
tell
stuff
him that.
in
He's
there.
going to tell us to go into the forest.
Well, you're going to go into the forest at some point, right? That's what we're all here for. That's why you've got all this fancy gear. Well, maybe not you, Zaga, but the rest of you. I contacted Grom when you got me back some information just to let him know we were set up and that you would be heading out soon. He seemed eager to...
Not right
know what's
away. I
going
think
on.
Otter wants to do something first.
There
I
is
have to-
something I need to do.
I have to tell him that you're going to be moving on soon, don't I? Otherwise, I've got to explain all the random stuff that you get up to. which I don't want to have to get into. So I've told him you'll be moving soon. He's told me that the air druids have started setting out to look at the first line to get some ordnance surveys, see if they can update some of the information on the map here, give us some more information. So if anything comes in, I'll let you guys know. He's promised that they will send through any updates. We're trying to keep this like simultaneous like map going back in Orhearth and going here. So I pass information to them, they pass information to me. We keep things live. When you guys go to the forest, give information to me, all adds in. It's going to be pretty slick.
How are you sending the information back to Orhearth, Bo?
We have the sending bottles.
Okay. And what if they were to run out?
Well, then we would have to go and get more supplies of them. But we have a fair few.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Is Fabian going to try and steal one?
You're stealing my stuff, Fabian.
Of course not, Bo, BFF.
She'll be like, he nudges Von and goes,
You should call him BoFF.
Don't do my best joke. Looks at Von, nudges you and goes, well, I wasn't going to ask for a sending stone, was I? In jokes.
Hey, that's a point. Does Bonbon still have that sending stone?
Bonbon and Vibe have a sending stone, right?
No,
I
Bonbon's
thought-
got.
I'll try
Fabian.
one to Fabian as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't even keep track if you've got fucking favorites.
Bo, in a time like this, you think it's funny to make jokes?
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking a mere question just to make sure that you are safe. Remember when I gave you the sending stone? Ooh, someone lost it because they
Yeah.
got captured.
Exactly. And look at us now, we're
Remember
fine.
You do a very good job of keeping him safe,
Also-
to be fair.
I'm just reporting. I'm trying to buy you guys as much time as possible because we need to get moving on this thing. You've seen the elves. You've seen these things.
Let me
and
tell
he
you,
points down
Bo,
what Len's
since-
doing. And he's like,
No.
you see what we cut? These things are appearing in the city. People are being mutated into these beasts with tentacles. And at the moment, we're not doing anything about it. So I'm just
We
trying to
killed the
make sure
corpse
we're
flower,
moving.
actually, Bo. How about that?
We can,
And
we can
also-
all just calm
what
down.
It's not a pissing contest.
Van, just let them go.
Zaga's just laughing at feisty Fabian.
You have changed since you've left the city, Bo. You've suddenly got very sassy, and in fact, your voice has changed too. So I don't know who you think you're speaking to, but we're going to go into the forest, and I'm going to do the map for the wizards, and we're going to kill the Death Bloom. So can you just hold on?
Well, that's how I'm asking you to do is get going. And we're talking to the rest of these guys here don't even want to go. So
I
how
absolutely
about
do
we
want to
keep
go. I want
moving?
to get
There we go.
justice for Meadow.
Let's.
I was just
get
asking a
going
mere
then.
question about your sending spells.
Yeah, we got a whole rack of them.
But you won't mind just give me one then?
There we go. See, you want to take? Why do you need the sending stones? You're not even going to the forest yet. How about we can give
Oh,
you?
you've got sending
supplies?
stones as well as spells? I'll
No,
take a
sending
stone
bottles.
if you have.
I think you've got enough
No.
sending stones. All right, and he nudges Von again.
Have you been talking about me when I haven't been here, Von? To your druid friend?
I just heard the jokes go around. It's quite.
I knew
obviously
this
they're
would
quite
come
loud.
back to me. Fucking hell.
I give Van a knowing look.
Zaga has finished laughing and nudges Arthur and says, "That dragon was cooler."
Mhm. And I shrug.
I'm not talking to you.
Bo, anyway. Can I maybe ask some knowledge from you? Perhaps hopefully you might know.
Mm-hmm.
I've since all this has been going on, I've had a good night's I've had a night's sleep, but I don't feel quite as strong. Well, maybe strong's not the word, but I don't feel quite as healthy as I once was. Only slightly, but I just wondered if perhaps you had anything that may be able to fix that.
He leans forward to you and is like a sexual disease or something. Like
I don't actually know.
oh.
Maybe.
He's like, yeah. We've got some maybe some stuff, and he kind of gives you a second look. I don't know.
Zaga
maybe
will
it's
look at
lesser.
Otter again and say, "Hey, Otter, I can help you out tomorrow, but it means I won't be able to do the thing for Faywin."
I mean, surely the party's health is of more concern.
Well, you should have told Zaga that yesterday when he was attacking everybody.
I don't think it does. You know, I think actually only a lesser restoration doesn't get rid of exhaustion.
Or
It's not the exhaustion so
the,
much.
or
It's
the
the,
missing hit points. Greater
missing hit
restoration.
points.
Yeah.
What about Revivify?
Oh, Interesting.
But I don't know myself in character, or even out of character, what is causing it.
Could we kill him and then I revivify him?
I'm happy to take the killing.
I mean,
blow.
I don't actually die, I just stabilize.
Ah, shit. Is that forever?
As long as he's wearing the necklace, which means he will just get more and more exhausted.
I'll take the necklace off and kill him. I don't mind.
And then I'll revivify him if he gives me 300 gold.
No, I
for
roll
a
a
second
check.
stone.
As he goes through, he can cast Lesser Restoration on you. It doesn't. You can tell. I can tell you that Lesser Restoration doesn't seem to help. So he's like, "This is all I've got, man." And gives you a medical check, but he doesn't pick up anything.
Remember, I helped Bonbon with his thing after he ate those bodies.
Yeah, I guess.
It'll just mean no looking at Undriel.
Well, I mean, I can live with that, so we'll give that a go.
I imagine Faven is very sour-faced.
She's got the same face as me right now.
So yeah.
Jaw clenched.
Knees weak, arms are heavy.
Anyways.
Sorry, I just couldn't help.
I would take the opportunity to pass over the other paperwork to Bo
He's like,
from
oh.
Mance's
So he's like,
office.
so this is from Oldbridge?
This is, yes.
As he starts unraveling it and going through it. He will need some time to digest. Not a huge amount of time, but it depends what you guys want to do. If you want to sit around and just bully Faywin for an hour, then he can digest some stuff. Or you can talk about something else and find out from him later what is going on here. But yeah, he will need to
Anna,
read
what's
through
the thing you want to do?
Me, I need to go and see that water witch.
What for?
I need to get my shit back over that she took from me.
That might be a problem.
Why is that?
Well, I heard a rumor
Uh-huh.
that maybe the Dragonborn was sailing here to see her.
Oh, goody.
Just a rumor, though. Nothing concrete, you know.
Well,
Can I insight?
Where
check?
did this room
Yeah, you
come
can
from,
100%
Rebecca?
insight. Anyone that wants it. I thought you were all going to do it anyway.
I rolled a nat 20.
I mean, it's blatantly
It's
obvious
blatantly
that
obvious.
Zagger is lying on
Zagger
this
is.
one, even his high deception.
Nat 20.
Where would
Zagger
he
is
have heard a
lying.
rumor
You
that
might
none of
have,
you were at?
Mm-hmm.
you might have told them what was going on.
What?
It
What
might-
me?
It matters not.
There's no spy. It's just they want to meet with the Water Witch and maybe don't want anyone interfering.
Well, they can meet with her in pieces. I need my stuff back.
When you say there's not a spy, Zagrean, you've quite obviously just lied to us about how you heard the rumour. And yesterday you tried to kill us. I'm starting to be a little concerned about your alliance to the party.
Listen, Six Fingers.
Does that mean I have two middle fingers on one hand because I'd like to put them both
No,
up?
it's a
as
pinky.
I-
That was already
We
established.
already said it's a pinky, unfortunately.
Oh,
do
sorry,
like
I
it,
didn't
but-
realise.
Well, you should know it's in your
Fabian
hand.
would like to leave the room.
Oh, okay. As she's walking out,
No, if-
she's walking out, Bo goes, "Don't worry, she can contact us with a sending stone," and goes to Von again.
She might attack Bo at this
I
point.
kind of signalled to him, be like,
Eh.
too far, Bo,
far?
too far now.
I thought it was like,
Oh.
I thought I was getting in with
Yeah.
you all. I thought I was making friends.
Oh, or maybe we can use one of those sending bolts to send her a message to come back in.
So, hold on, I have an idea.
Oh no.
Oh, shit, I got rid of it. Oh, I can't do it. What I was going to do is the moment he started saying that, fearing the wrath of Faywin, I was going to cast silence, but I've removed it.
Ah.
I literally have silence on my spell list and I was going to cast it. but
Just in
I
the
haven't.
room where we're like, I'm brilliant. We can't have a chat in this room now. We've got to leave.
So, I'll just be on the lookout for any more rumors about the Water Witch.
Please do.
Yeah, rumors. And I'll leave the room as well.
You all got that he was like lying, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
that's-
So Water Witch doesn't sound like forest, but just whatever. We've got a bit of time, not a huge amount of
If I
time.
want to be able to deal what's in this forest, I need to be able to get my stuff back. It will help with what needs to be done.
And you know where this? What? Not my place. Not my place. You guys know what's going
Please,
on.
I'm on the ship. blockading the port.
If
Cool.
Zach was in the room, he'd sing, "It's on a boat, motherfucker!
But he's
It's
not.
on a boat."
He's not, is he? So going far elsewhere with Faywin. As he's like, I will digest this information, find anything what we need, tell the druids that the elf in the falls is gone. Redvant is back under Red Hood control. That's a good thing, I suppose, for now. And then you guys are gonna let me know when you want to go back to the forest, or gonna start getting some plans in place so we know where we're gonna go. We've got multiple things to go through here, guys. Whenever you want to come back, talk about entry routes, timing, what we know thus far. I mean, I'm full of information, ready to talk whenever you are. Just saying.
You draw up a PowerPoint, and when we're ready to go, we'll be
What?
nice and easy.
It's like, I know, I've just got this OHT.
I'm just picturing
That'll
Bo
do.
at this point as Charlie in It's Always Sunny with the board full of information.
He's getting more and more. I think the longer you
Sylvia.
wait, the more exasperated he's gonna get.
I will telepathically say to Bo, we want to have a word about something else once everyone else leaves.
Okay. He'll be like,
Well, that being said telepathically, I have no idea, so I'm just gonna stand there.
yeah. It's like, cool. Anyone wanna? You gonna help us down here, or you gonna?
Sure. What do you need?
Well, how good are you with? What are you good with?
I mean,
Claiming souls.
From outside the room, you hear drinking.
drinking.
Drinking,
Yeah, I say claiming souls, and then I put my thumb up.
claiming.
So I've done a good thing.
Actually, I think you know what. Me and Len, we've pretty much got this sorted, right, Len? As he looks over, he's like, And he's like, just not paying attention, dissecting into one of these tentacles from one of these like abominations. Yeah, we've got it. You guys, you go do what you need to do. Come back. I'll digest this. We'll talk later.
I see Ron's face, and I see that polite polite look on his face, but also like as if he's sort of frustrated that we're not left the room yet. I kind of give him a wink and I walk out of the room.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go
so
to
as
his
if I've
bedroom
just
and
done that on
stagger
purpose.
outside.
Yeah.
I'll say I'll catch up with you guys in a bit and stay with Bo and then.
We're in the Silent Dagger, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've gone to my room and I've locked the door.
Should I check? Yes, 100%. I'm going to lock myself in the room. Okay, nice. After you left as well, right? Or you just hang around?
I have now, after saying he likes souls.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The parting comment. Nice. You guys, go upstairs, get yourself set. You still have the Silent Dagger to play with. You've got rooms that you can set up in, clean up.
How long until this ceremony?
Well, it won't be today, the ceremony. Like, it won't be in this day. It'll be in maybe a couple of days' time, actually, the ceremony. Depending on.
Don't
when
forget
they
to
get
tell
stuff
Bo
ready.
we've got that ceremony to do.
Yeah, it'll be once the red hoods get clear, so it'll probably be tomorrow or the day after, depending.
Can't go into the forest until we've done that.
It's like, ceremony? Oh. As they all leave, Bo's like, so he's like, I don't want to labour the point, but they're going to ask questions, and if we don't move, some of the other houses will move, and that involves maybe fire. The only other plan we really have is burn the Death Bloom out, which doesn't seem like we can really control that point. So just like if you're chatting and you guys are coming up with like, you know, the next weird shenanigan thing you're gonna get up to, maybe just if we can just steer towards the forest at least, that'd be great.
Believe me, Bo, it's top of my list of what to do. I don't think I can persuade Otter to come without dealing with what he has to deal with first. So, for us to be at full strength going in there, we need all of us.
Yeah. You
but-
guys. I mean, you work on what you need to work on. I'm just saying, the longer we wait, the less Grom has control over stopping. Like for the Earthen sect, you guys are our plan. in terms of the Ember Boys, you know, they're going to be out here just setting shit on fire. So Grom will have amount of time that he can hold back, and we can report back what's going on and give him some information. I suppose the more information we can feed back over a set period of time gives us a bit more time to build up. But yeah, this is a ticking time bomb.
I may have some additional information that could possibly help now.
Yes.
When we came up to Allhearth, we were transporting a body.
Mm-hmm.
Of, I mean, I don't know what the creature is. We had some idea that it may well be something from another plane of existence. I have reason to believe there may well be some link between that and the Death Bloom. That body should still be in Allhearth somewhere. It was why Tycho left. It was being kept secret from the druids because of how a lot of people may react to what mine and Tycho's thinking was on this. If Grom can find a way to get hold of that body, that may well give us some insights in some way. If that can be in a way that, you know, you're looking into these tentacles here, if that body could be researched, that may well help.
Wait a minute. So, we've come down to enact this plan to go after the Death Bloom, but Tycho and yourself had information that you didn't share with the druids that is now with the Commonwealth themselves?
We, at the, I mean, until now, until seeing these transformations, these tentacles and these creatures, I didn't think it was linked in any way whatsoever. But seeing the way these brutes have mutated, I think it may well be linked. And the reason that it was never mentioned before is because I didn't think it was in any way linked. If I knew it was linked with the Death Bloom, I would have mentioned it sooner.
I mean, it seems like a pretty big thing to miss out of the plan. So Grom has no idea? Wait, where's Tycho?
I don't know.
Oh, shit. If
He
it's something
took
that's
off
fallen within Tycho's
when the
remit,
Commonwealth were questioning people in the Druid house, that's when he left. And
he's a little bastard.
Grom,
Jeez.
I spoke to Grom a bit, but not into details on what was going on. He just knew something was going on. So at this time, I guess it's the Commonwealth has the body, but
I mean, even
honestly,
if
but if I knew it was linked in any way whatsoever, I would have said something sooner.
Okay. We need. I mean, anything that can help with the best people to research this are going to be back in Allhearth anyway. I can send a message back to Grom to kind of fill in. I mean, our best bet is surely finding Tycho. If it's anything to do with other planes, then I'm assuming we're not talking Feywild stuff that we're actually pretty locked on. We're talking about Tycho stuff, right?
Yes.
Like, that's your stuff.
It is, but I mean, my knowledge on it is nothing compared to Tycho's, is it? I have some knowledge, but not. I mean, I had enough to suspect that this creature may well be from another plane, but that was as far as mine goes.
Well, shit. Okay. You know this. If I tell Grom everything that you just said, that, I mean, maybe not straight away, but when this is all over, then it's not going to look good on you.
I'm fully aware of this, but you know, I mean, I guess I cared about that when first went up to Allhearth, but if it's linked to the Death Bloom, then there's more important things to worry about than how this affects me.
Okay. As long as you're aware, because I can't get in the middle of that, but I will get the message back. We'll try and get. I mean, we'll see if Tycho's reappeared. We'll try and get the guys looking. I mean, we've got the recon patrols out anyway. The air druids are doing their bit. So find Tycho, find this body. I'll pass the message on. But yeah,
I'll try and think of some way to contact Tycho if I can. But
if we get, I mean, he's going to be the. If it is what he thinks it is, but then he ran, so he thought it was bad. Why did Tycho run?
He ran to avoid the question. I don't think he trusted what the Commonwealth would do with him if they found out the extent of him doing research behind people's backs.
Give me a deception check.
That's a 2.
You say that, and you see like Bo's kind of staring at you. You can see there's slight like head nod that he thinks there's something behind Tycho's disappearance that you're not giving away, that you maybe know. You can see that he's clocked. He doesn't question you on it, but as you say that, and you're like, oh yeah, like research behind people's back, and you almost like you almost say like one sentence too many, and he just picks up that why would Tycho was a crazy man. He was always into any breakthrough. Like the Stars druids were not a huge set because they were honestly because he had nothing to show for a lot of his work. If something as big as this had come through, why would he just disappear unless there's something else going on? So I think there's you've like sparked a little light in Bo on that one. Okay. Well, I mean, as long as you're aware, I'm going to pass this on to onto Grom. That's new information that might buy us a bit of time at least. If he can go and find anything to pass back to us, I'll taps the papers. He's like, I'll get into these and then come and see me later today or tomorrow, and we'll go through what we've got and then start talking about where we go from here. But yeah, let me get the update off and see what they say.
Okay. I apologise again, Bo, for not giving you this earlier. Again, if I knew it was linked, I would have.
Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, I'm just here to do my job on this part. My focus is Death Bloom. You see, and he like points to the board. He's like, it's become my obsession now. So anything we can do to move it forward, I'm all for dealing with it at the end. Whatever happens, happens. When you're out and things are moving, crazy stuff can happen. I can see that. I mean, I was in a cage about to be questioned and killed by a stick man creature who apparently is the Death Bloom until you guys came and saved. So it was pretty bad. We've seen elves fighting. Nothing surprises me anymore. But in the end of the day, I don't know what Grom's going to do with that information. So we'll see.
Okay. Speak to you later.
He goes back to unraveling through, picking out, sorting out letters into letters piles, maps into map piles, other documents into other document piles, as he starts to piece together the findings. And with time, you won't need to do any checks and stuff. He's got time on his side, so he'll find all the information he needs to find that he can dissect from it. Nice. That's 11 o'clock. So feels like good, unless anyone's got some last bits they want to throw in. But yeah, as you guys finish up, you've cleared out the site. You're back at the Silent Dagger.
I want to tell Zaga that
Disappointed.
Zaga, I mean, are you going to be with this eating thing? Are you going to be, if there's like a dead dwarf, are you going to eat a dwarf? Because you know what they say, you are what you eat.
I don't know anything about it. I don't remember anything. It's
I'll take
like
that as a yes.
It's like when Ida was reading his book and he got all weird and wouldn't let anyone take it and tried to attack people that tried to take it.
I'm looking forward to you growing your beard.
If I take its soul, is it still a dwarf?
If you take a what?
If he
I
takes
take-
its soul, is it still a dwarf?
Is it still a dwarf? Yes. Stop coming up with this weird Pinky in the Brain-esque stealing souls and eating bodies. It's creepy as fuck. Or
I should
do.
have taken the spell about consuming brains.
No. All right, then you inform
the
me
only thing I want to
That's
do.
Van's thing.
Yeah.
The only thing I want to do is cast Identify on the boots and the cloak that I stole.
Perfect. Yep, nice, good place to finish. So the boots are, unsurprisingly, boots of elven. Oh god, boots of elven kind. What are they fucking called? It's all the elf stuff.
Boots of Elvenkind.
Boots of elvenkind, cloak of elvenkind, 2 lots of elven chain.
That doesn't sound anything like Watcher Garb, so I'm not interested.
I don't know, you can have the belt of Dwarvenkind and the boots of Elvenkind.
Be a mix.
I can't attune to that many things.
Yeah,
I don't have the chains. Bonbon has the chains.
yeah, that's what you got. You got 2 lots of
Is it just
chain.
elven?
So elven chain, I think it goes on the stuff. It's just it's a little AC boost, and then yeah, elvenkind and boots of elvenkind. So yeah, that's you spend time doing those. Yeah, you've got the
chain is an armor, medium armor. It says.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it might not be that useful.
I
It's just-
thought
that's
you
what
were
it is.
describing actual chains.
No, sorry. It's like a chain mount. It's it's like the mithril thing that Frodo gets, isn't it? Super
Yeah.
lightweight chain
It's the
mount.
one that it gives you, even if you haven't got proficiency in medium armor, you can wear,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, and you get one
It's like-
AC apparently.
yeah. Yep, but I know a lot of you
Dragon
have
doesn't wear
different
armor,
things.
so yeah, all good.
Yeah, if you can. Yeah, that's just what they would have had, and then that's what they have in their arsenal. So sometimes you just get stuff. You get the stuff. That's there. Nice. Okay, sweet. So yeah, you have the rest of the time to go through and plan some stuff for the rest of your day. But we'll finish that there. Lots of fun little revelations. Oh, what a fun little episode. Got some questions. We all got loose ends. We need to find some answers to some questions. Maybe do some rolls. Maybe ask some people. I don't know. Bargain with the devil. Bargain with the hag again. Freudian slip. Maybe. See you next week. Ta-ta.
Nipples.
There we go. Thank you.
That's all right.